the peacemakers. This tradition passes away from generation to the father to teach the son not only to learn, but to teach him the role of a brother in society.
Malik. Keep coming in. Keep coming in. We're going to pack the room tonight because I got a lot to say. And this is going to be the realest conversation I ever had. I'm on Instagram and YouTube at the same time. If I'm looking this way, looking that way, I'm talking to both of y'all. All right? It's time to actually be about that life that we talk about. Because if you are activating, you are knowing what I'm talking about, and we are getting into this tonight. Blikami dashi mi baram rexitele oren rupsi mi chele sumikreum rimlex sumitrele kas mi raklin dorik bugs chefin replikin dazik moxt hestrin. Keep coming. Share this video to anybody you know, like you. I know you probably can count that on your one hand. Klazume brist. Brikon toshimi rikle kaz omik. Reshimi laksume vast in the crack lake. Mestrin. My class. So just be patient as we pack the room tonight. As it is very difficult for me to speak English right now. Fleeged. Okay. I gotta turn my music off on oops. Jeez, the McClarks, Urip, Kleegst, Asterix, Seas, Tommy Rip, Kostimic, Locks, the Fleeg. Hold on, because Instagram just kicked me out because of the music. So I'm gonna have to start this one on Instagram all over again. Hold on, y'all. Sorry for the technical difficulties, as this is my first day in the Matrix in a long time. And it's taken a lot out of me to be here. So let me go ahead and start it up again on Instagram. Y'all that are on YouTube, please be patient because you're going to want to hear this. Now it's time to see if you really are my family, like you say. Now it is time to see if you really rock with me, because I'm going to get into what it looks like to go all the way. Sorry, Instagram, they kicked me out because of the music, okay, because of copyrights. So I'm going to have to not play the music, which is fine, okay? So I'm going to give it like 2 more minutes, maybe 3 more minutes, and then we'll get started. All my dragon family that have tapped into your lineage and you know who you are, I bet it's been very difficult for you throughout this time. And because it seems to be a crime to be who we are in this particular time when the planet is actually yours, and you have seen beings on the planet taking advantage of it, and they tell you you can't even do what you want to do on your very own planet. So I'm going to get into what I've been doing. Maybe you've noticed that my hair color has been changing because I've realized something about the dirt in Sedona, and I'm going to get into that as well, and who I actually am for those who do not know who I actually am, and why I seem a little bit different than your average person that you've seen online, why I've been showing you abilities, why I've been doing this for so long, or why I do not look the same, do not sound the same as you once knew me back then. La come der shimilave karema la asumi fliku me barezu klag zomik freedom Hevelezo me direct shilla me crele or red boss me last me crele or fema me zejica me zo me lasso me cream. Blito me jabe asso me to me la cuec flig, uve la suve correct, zume cra la turem. Vlig dan jictic so me flex, uvila de bashi me crele, come dran. Blio drem, de koek black, zibiten shibit, orek blag, zoteki, njore plexi, somik, orek zish, olek za, some pren, bli korik, to shas, veloreb ziptor korim, verik sikshis, har vlong relik ze, shoflexi, indorexik, soflin riopst, florem zurim, verik sikshest, ovik, Vlaim dong repliki dorik sik sci-fi repsik turim barag zik taivarik sik shelik stovik bubix dinj jiraku zaivok hovik stek sovlik zish hovik rium. All right. now now I'm not going to read the comments too much, but I will read them from time to time. I'm going to get into what happened for me because nothing happens to us, it happens for us. We just have to look at it from the higher perspective on why things happen for us. But sometimes when things are happening for us to move or to do something that you know you need to do, they are very intense, especially for gods, because gods have a very high pain threshold, especially the gods that have been through many missions here in this life. We have a very high pain threshold. Now, I had been in Sedona for 2 months. I got there in November because I was called to Sedona from Blue Ridge, Georgia, when I discovered the Red Land. And there was something special about this Red Land. So I discovered it in Sedona, and the Red Land told me, because I've been tapping into nature like I've been telling y'all to, told me to begin to put the red dirt on my body. And I began to do that. And then I got called to go to Sedona. Sedona was the place that activated my dragon language, but I didn't know who I was then when I first came to Sedona. Now, for you that are wondering who I am, I had many names. Okay. A lot of times when they tell you about a particular being or particular beings, it is really the same being that has lived on many realms or this realm at many different time periods and that have done many things to be talked about throughout history and time. Now, when you live in a life where you have one life, what beings do to confuse you so you don't find out who you are or you don't find out who your family is they tell you these beings are many different beings to separate them, but they are really the same being that has lived at different time periods. Now, the being that I am, remember, I told you guys and gals that I was King Tut. I told you that a long time ago. And when you guys and gals or gods and goddesses find out who you are, it will shake you to your very core because you have been told that these beings are something that you could not be because they are of a high esteem and they have done many things that your human body has not been able to do yet. And you have been shown them in a fantasy type of reality. So how could it be you, especially if you are religious? Now, I found out I was a lot of other beings that I knew about that was significant. And I did not want to be those beings because of the great responsibility those beings had. But for some reason, I could not stop because the kind of being that I've always been is a being that goes all the way when there's a goal in mind. And when you find out that the place that you have been living is actually yours this whole entire time, some of us just can't stop. That's me. Now, at this particular time, I am living at life as Coach Reg B. Okay. And when it comes down to it, that life has been a very big challenge as well. But the other beings that I happen to be is King Horus. Like, Isis, Osiris, Horus. I am Horus, but my real name is Horrex. Call me Rex, King Dragon. Call me Rex. That is who I am. Now, if you studied your history, Horrocks is actually the story of Yeshua, Jesus. I am also Yeshua. Now, when I found that out, I did not want to believe it as well, because once again, with this energy, this is great responsibility. Okay, and I am also Zeus. All those stories you heard about me, many of them were not true. Okay, and now many lives of us guys have done malevolent and benevolent things. And some of you may have learned about some of my other lives where I was a little bit more malevolent than benevolent, and many of you were as well. Okay, but there are stories told about certain beings. So when you find out that they may be your friend, or they may even be you, family, you understand? They may even be you, family. You can't take it. And you run from this energy, but this energy continues to chase you because it's actually you. There are many beings that struggle to believe what they are, which is why they continue to be attacked by their very own spirits, because you're not doing what it is you were supposed to do. Okay? These are the beings that I am. And now, at every land, because I've been doing this grid work, all this grid work that I've been doing, I've been healing the land. Okay? In Sedona, I was there tapping into the red dirt, hiking the mountain every day, just enjoying my life. And I was basically harassed by the beings that live in Sedona. Now, I try to stay out the way, but the problem is that when we begin to activate, our activations draw a lot of attention because of the abilities that we begin to show. And my true voice has turned to a subwoofer. So when I speak in my real tone, in my real forest, it travels very far. It travels miles. And many of you have not had this happen yet, but many of us, or a few of us, are taking the hits in the forefront so you know how to protect yourself when it comes time for your activations. Because many of us, I'll just speak for myself, are people or beings who activate other beings once we get our abilities, which is why I've been sharing my abilities with you all these years, because part of my ability is to help you get yours. But there are certain frequencies and certain octaves that my voice reaches where if you heard it, it would turn your DNA on immediately. And this is what beings try to stop. Now, when I begin to put the dirt on me, my skin began to turn to its actual colors. Because remember, y'all had many colors in y'all skin. Y'all had many colors in y'all skin. And the reason why you don't have those colors anymore is because your skin is not eating the correct minerals. Your skin, being the biggest organ, must eat the correct minerals. Otherwise, it will look exactly the way it always has your whole life, because it is deficient. No matter what you put into your body, your skin also must eat. So when I realized this, I began to feed my skin. And when I began to feed my skin, family, it began to heal my body in miraculous ways. It began to fix things that I didn't even know was broken. I didn't even know these things were broken in my body. I'm like, I didn't know that was broke. And all of a sudden, it's better. Now, what happened was I'm not going to get into the full depth of it because man, I don't like holding my tongue. I really don't like holding my tongue too much. Oh my God, it hurts to just not speak all I want to say right now. But this is why I am building a community of beings, because it's time to stop talking about this stuff, y'all, and being alone. And it's time to come together. It is time to come together. Remember back in 2020 when I was having retreats? It is time to do that, but I cannot do it publicly. So we must get off of this platform and make a private space for us, right? So we can begin to build and have our own, right? Our own spaces so we can activate undisturbed. In these retreats that I'm going to be having, many of you are going to be leaving with much more abilities. And this is what beings are trying to stop within me at this particular point in time, because now my energy is getting too strong. It doesn't matter if you hide, family. If you are who you are, family, they have known who you are since birth. You cannot hide. And some of you have chosen more difficult missions than the other members of our family. Me being the dragon family, I am basically the craziest brother of yours. I am the nutcase brother. I'm the one that wants the hardest type of mission. Okay? That's just the way I move in the cosmos. I like to basically get beaten down and build back up. It's like Dragon Ball Z. What doesn't kill us makes us stronger. That's me, right? And what happened last week was probably the most dehumanizing experience of my whole life, which is why now I am online asking for everybody's help because I have been giving information for years. I have I am a hard head. Basically have been, I don't like to ask for help. And this is a little bit of an ego death for me. This is a little bit of, some of y'all did feel that something happened with me, right? And it was happening with me. I was basically tapping into nature. I was becoming one with nature, and they were watching me day and night, and they were watching my energy spike. And now, the other day, I think it was Saturday, I go to Sedona, and what happened when I went to Sedona is it was cold before I went, and it didn't rain for a while either. But the thing is, when I go places, the sun comes out and the snow goes away and the cold goes away because I begin to heal the geographical environment. Because Tamari, America, I am the king of Tamari. I am the original king of Tamari, family. My true dragon form, as I was told today, I didn't even realize it was that big, is basically the entire America. That's my body. This is how big this realm is. Well, big we are comparable to this realm, and we shrink in these bodies in order to fit into this realm. Hmm? So when many of us go to these lands, family, just by being there alone, plugging into the land, we begin to heal it. Now, one of the reasons why I went to Sedona first is to heal it for y'all and to know how the beings are moving out there so you don't have happen to you what happened to me on Saturday, which I'm going to get into. Hmm? Hmm? So I'm either doing what I do, I call the rain out, my chants travel for miles. So when I'm in Sedona and I'm on the mountain and I'm talking to my dragons, because I just remembered 20,000 of my dragons' names. Matter of fact, let's get into some of these dragons' names because a lot of these dragons are also your family and you remember their names too when you hear them. So, what do you say for a dragon name activation before I finish my story? Because I like to give activations to keep you calibrated as we begin to have this conversation tonight. Would you like to have an activation of the dragons' names? Because I remembered about 20,000 more. So far, I've remembered 40,000 of my dragons' names because I know every single animal in nature, and they all have names. The trees have names, the birds have names, the dragons have names. Every animal has a name, right? And if you are one with nature, if your DNA is connected to nature, you will remember just out of your very own body. You don't got to read anything. So, do y'all want to hear some of the dragons' names? And tell me after you hear them, do you remember some of these names? Hmm? Klazumik Y'all ready? Y'all ready? Klazumik Briximifrik. Halek, Sofin, Choklazumik. Okay. Vestrimela Ast, Ocean, Keenzak, Kaizen, Orange, Fleekon, Dok, Fendrick, Zevelin, Uvins, Sixaivang, Jokuvin, Vlogzerem, Chikaifong, Orum, Sexerem, Chikerem, Ruxes, Entirik, Kaizan, Farum, Gikdirim, Drepsi, Kandak, Orange, Fingelarapum, Daiset, Sensoric, Chunzetokoring, Hoffin, Taingon, Triplen, Setakoring, Chesaivang, Okling, Zenguring, Hathiop, Barum, Bexerim, Chelexan, Heinkrep, Foreign Bloom, Ixirim, Tranlexes, Heaven Ras, Kainjong, Korum Ziptum, Heferem, Flum Zeiss, Saizong, Korum, Flick Kirin, Belexash, Hofing. Huh? You remember them names? Kledorange, Havulukzaif, Taizon, Haringoom, Philixesh, Ilixan, Tying Tech, Hogdream, Finget, Holigdongs, Vikang, Kaizet, Horin Trip, Vilik Denj, Ubrim Za Tai Tong, Harim Troom. I don't know how many that was, but I know many of y'all remember them names. Elekdish. Now, these particular family members are sleeping all over the world. And they're waiting for you to reach a particular frequency. And because when you reach a particular frequency, this planet also does as well. You remember, you are this planet. Blekumadai is unique, and it responds to your energy and your frequency. So when you reach a certain frequency and you begin to communicate with your natural frequency, they begin to scratch their eyes and yawn because they're sleeping and they're waiting for you, because they're not going to come up. They're not going to come out in their true form unless you are physically, spiritually, and mentally calibrated for their existence again. Which is why many of them are sleeping in the mountains around you or living under the ground around you, and you have no idea. So, when I was calling their names on Saturday, and I was the color that you saw me in my previous video today, I was approached by federal officers with guns. One had a tear gas gun, one had a pepper spray paintball gun, the other one had a taser, and I feel like the other one had an assault rifle. And they wanted to know if I was still living out here. And I'm like, this is my land. That was my home. Sedona is one of my main hubs. And when you go back to many of your main hubs, these main hubs are overrun with beings who will make rules that they don't themselves follow. So they'll tell you you can't live in your woods when they are not connected to nature. Meanwhile, they allow millionaires to basically rip up pieces of your home and put houses on it and capitalize off of your home with tourists for entertainment. But the thing that what happens is when you are out there, you change the geography and you raise the radiation and you bring the true sun out at a higher frequency, and they can't breathe, and they get very, very upset at you, and they try to stop you. So they try to create rules where you have to follow them, but your body and your spirit is telling you something else entirely, and you're like, it feels like death to leave this place because this is true life. You've been living a life that is really death, and when you get back into your true life, which is in nature, you feel more alive than ever. But these beings that know what happens when you feel alive, you come alive, and then they try to pull you out of it. So I'm doing what I do every day, hiking like I do, got my sword with me, doing my martial arts, and they basically arrest me. And they send me to jail for sleeping in nature. All right? They send me to jail for sleeping in nature. Now, I have not been to jail ever since I was a very young man at the age of 20. And when I went to jail at the age of 20, I did something to deserve that time when I went to jail at the age of 20. But I am now 43 years old. And I am a righteous, loving, good-hearted man that only wants to connect with his true home. And basically put cuffs on me, and I had to actually hike down a mountain with cuffs on. Now, I can't get into the full details, right? But what I'll tell you before I get into what happened for me more is that I have now cleared Sedona out, right? For you. The rules they say in Sedona is you cannot live in the forest for more than 2 weeks, but you can hike. There's nothing wrong with you being there. You can hike. But when you are there, more of you that go there or go to all of these other places that you are feeling called to, you will continue to awaken the area. I have awakened the area to the point where it's on auto right now, right? So I've healed that land. They can kim all they want in this land. The land will not allow them to continue to mess with their land because now the king and their family came back to wake it up. So now the land itself is beginning to defend itself. Now what they did was they knew when I was going to run out of money. And they also knew I don't like asking for help. So they basically put me in a situation where I have to ask for help to complete my mission because what my mission is on this planet to awaken the land and to awaken the beings of the land, the original beings of the land. I cannot do traditional jobs. I had a business, a very successful one, a few of them. And the last one, I had to shut it down because I got the call from nature. When you get the call from nature, there is no choice in the matter because even though the beings here do not like it, or they'll tell you you're a loser because you don't want to work or whatever it may be, when you get the true call for nature, your whole entire cosmic family is watching what it is you do. And even though you may be put in compromising situations, the reward is coming for you, no matter the cost. Now, many of you are still in the matrix, and there's nothing wrong with that. You are going at the speed you're supposed to. You're supposed to listen to your feelings at this time, and your feelings are your guidance system. But now I'm at a point where I need your support to help me continue to activate the land and build a community so I can bring all of you together now because it's time to stop being separated and to come together. But I need the help from you to be able to do that. I'm doing a GoFundMe. The link is in my bio on Instagram, but I would rather you hit me up and you send me a Cash App or a Zelle or a PayPal transaction because these other companies try to take money and they try to do weird stuff. But I put it up anyway. And I'm trying to raise $150,000 to be able to do this because I cannot move around on this land if they continue to fuck with me. And these retreats that I'm going to have are going to activate your abilities. But now I need your support so I can be able to build that because I have went as far as I can go on my own. I've been doing this for 12 years without asking for help, like a donation, because I knew how you felt and what other people came online asking for donations and did not give you what they said they were going to do. So I didn't want to do that. But I have to have an ego death right now and do this because I cannot complete this mission. I cannot complete it without you. I cannot. So if you want to help me, right, do this so I can help you and continue to help the land. I have, because they gave me, like, listen, when they locked me up, y'all, oh my gosh, that was so difficult. That was more difficult than when I was a child because I was living bad when I went to jail when I was 20. So I wasn't tapped in. But when you're living, I've been living in nature since September. I've been living in nature. I was living in the forest in Sedona, right? It was beautiful. Beautiful. Look, I'm in a fucking hotel right now. And even I'm strong, so I got an inner sun, so it's not really hurting me right now. But they took my vehicle, right? They took my weapons, they took my other copper, they took a lot of things from me illegally. Illegally. And I had to agree, in order to get out of jail, I had to agree, right, to leave, to stay, the government of Arizona wants me to stay out of all forests in all of Arizona. That was the agreement. Now, I don't mind because if I wouldn't have agreed, they would have given me a year in jail, they said. They would have kept me there for a year. And when you are a being of nature, you cannot drink that water. You cannot eat that food. They put me in a cell and never turned the light off. Holy crap. It was difficult. In this particular jail, it's full of the Indian people, the people that they call the Indians. They destroy their communities. They're alcoholics and drug addicts. I mean, just for being in nature. Yes, just for being in nature, y'all. I went in there. They're like, "What you in for? Sleep in nature." They're like, "What the what?" I said, "It's because of who I am. It's because I'm dangerous in nature to them. Because just by being me is dangerous. And what happens with y'all is y'all just got some. Y'all have something in you that the world is afraid of because there are beings in the world that have been living and stealing from you, and you don't even know. You don't even know, but they know who you are, and they know if you go back there, that place is going to tell you what it is, and you're going to begin to move differently. Now, if anybody wants to help me right now, and you don't want to do the GoFundMe, and you want to give the money to me directly so I can use it immediately, hit me up in my DM, and I will send you my Cash App information. I will send you my Zelle information. I will send you my PayPal information. But I don't want to do it online at all. I don't want to do it on here. I'll just put my GoFundMe link on my Instagram. But I cannot do my Zelle, my Cash App, and my PayPal on here right now. You understand? I cannot do it. But like, we are all tested to see right now how bad we want our land back, because now you got somebody in front of you that ain't just talking. I've been doing for a long time. I'm not in my house running my mouth. I'm out here doing the work. They wrote stories about me doing the work before, right? They said they crucified me, right? And all that stuff. Well, guess what? They're trying to do it again. How about that? And a lot of y'all don't believe, like, yeah, right, nigga, you Jesus. I'm Yeshua. If you, I'm the, like, all of y'all got the Christ energy, but I am Yeshua. I am Horus. I am King Tut. I am King Geranus. I'm Zeus. I mean, all these things. I mean, what? Now, somebody said protect yourself. And it's interesting that I have been protecting myself because I've had many issues with police officers throughout this time of me being on the lands. And not once have they ever tried to arrest me or touch me. They just talk to me and normally let me go. But when my energy spiked on this day, they were like, we have to stop them, because what began to happen is my skin began to go from red to blue, like my father Osiris color. Because many of your skin, true colors, is not, well, my skin is turning red right now, but many of your skin colors is not the colors that you think it is. It is the colors of the soil that you're supposed to be around. And because you're not consuming it, you're not changing color. We're taking supplements that you don't know what's in these supplements, and you know what's in that land, though, don't you? Remember back in the day when we were children, and we used to try to eat dirt? Who used to try to eat dirt when you were a child? You used to try to eat dirt, and they were like, yeah, that's dirt. It's dirty. You can't eat dirt. Guess what, y'all? Let me show y'all something real quick. Hold on. This is what I do. This is what I do, right? This is what I do. This is my water, right? Let me get some more water. This is some of the water from Sedona. I still got some left. Some water from Sedona, right? This is what I do now. This is how I get my minerals and nutrients. Some of this red dirt right here, right in the water. I got rocks in here and everything. My water is orange. And I drank it. And I'm powered up. I love it. I rub it all over myself. I love it. It feeds me. It feeds me. And when you're truly a nature being, you know what I'm talking about. If you're not, you think I'm crazy right now. And that's cool. Because the thing about these things that we say online, that we say who we are, and we live in this energy, only time will tell. The thing about everything that I'm saying is time will show you who I am. Time has showed you who I was. And time has also showed you who you were. But now we must come together at this time, because they're going to try to bum rush each of us as our energy begins to spike. Especially if you don't know how to move, or you have to know these rules that they change every 5 minutes. Because they definitely, right, change every 5 minutes at times, and you got to know how to move. I can't be quiet in nature. because my voice, my true voice, the octave is levels above what this is in English, and it travels for miles because when you talk to your dragons and your dragon's 3 miles away, you project your voice and your dragon hears you because in nature there is no limits, there are no walls, there are no doors, so there are also no doors for your voice. So when they put me in jail, they gave me stipulations in order to get out that I had to leave the I could not be in. I was found the forest in Sedona is called Coconino Forest, right? And it's guarded by the federal officers of Coconino. Now, I was tricked by one of the officers to basically stay there. This is how they entrapped me, but I could not fight it because I wanted to get the fuck up out of there. Because you don't like if you are a being that hasn't been in walls for a while, and you don't eat bad food and you take care of your body and you only surround yourself or have conversations with beings of high energy, that is basically a spiritual, mental, and physical attack. They were basically trying to break me, right? And a lot of times we set some of these things in motion with our manifestations so we can be able to get to where our true journey is. Because to be honest, if this would have not happened, I would not be building a community of beings right now. So now what I want to do, this is how I want to do it, because earlier today on Instagram, I told y'all to hit me up and I'm going to talk to each of y'all, right? But I can't do that as fast as I would like to because there were so many of y'all that contacted me on Instagram. I'm like, oh shit, this is a lot of people right here. And I can't call everybody. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a WhatsApp group that we can all go in and have conversations with. It's not going to be one of those groups where you're going to be sitting in everybody else's video entertainment. We're going to have real conversations in this group. It's not going to be one of those groups where you're going to be sharing other people's realities, right? Like reporting, because I'm going to kick you out. It's a group, and it's not going to be one of those groups where ops can get in and we don't know you are op, all right? Because I'm going to talk to everybody or have a little conversation with everybody before I enter you into the group. This is going to be the beginning of that, okay? I'm not playing any games. I'm already going all the way. I've been risking my life for the past 12 years, okay? Now it's just turned up a little bit because these abilities is coming online. And I will never let anybody put me in cuffs. So read between the lines on that one. Okay. So this is where I'm at right now. But it also seems like they're trying to actually make me activate. I feel like they may be trying to, because the thing is, I remember Bobby Hemmett said this many years ago. He said that in a fight or flight state truly for your life, or if they try to shoot you or hit you or beat you up, your abilities will come online. And I'm trying to uptick my abilities at a controlled rate because my real aspects are ferocious and they can fuck around and destroy like miles and miles if I don't gain control over them. But these beings are growing impatient and they want to see what I got inside of me, so they're trying to test me right now, right? And I'm like, there's only so much I can take. There's only so much I can take because I was trying to stay out the way. I'm trying to climb mountains and they're climbing mountains to try to find me and see me. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to be out the way and y'all niggas finding me, trying to take pictures, and this is not entertainment. This is for real. And you're on my land and you're telling me it's yours. Kam leksume veshume lasumek. Kam selexish. Fullständig läsdomik. Rest. Kostar me rest. Okay. So this is where I'm at with it. Do you want your abilities or not? Do you want your true family or not? Or do you want to continue to make excuses when watch people like me risk my life over and over and over again, then get caught up in something and nobody helps that person. They just forget about that person. Well, that's not going to happen to me. I'd rather die or risk dying because I'm not going to be like the last ones. And I've seen how many beings treat those beings who appear to try to help you. And then something happened and they're gone and y'all forget about them. And that narrative has to go because I'm here in front of y'all right now. I've been in front of y'all longer than all those people that you've seen online. All the people that you've seen come and go, I was there before all of them, maybe except one, right? Since 2014, I've been hitting y'all with knowledge, going through all this stuff. And now I'm asking my family for help. Can y'all support me today? Can you give a donation? Hit me up in my DM and I'll send you my Cash App. I'll send you my Zelle because I have Cash App, Zelle, and PayPal. And I have a GoFundMe on my Instagram if you want to donate to the GoFundMe. I need to build this community, but I cannot do it without you. It's not going to be one of those things where I'm going to build it and then you're going to come. It's going to be one of those things where we're going to build it together. But I need to be able to be in nature without these beings saying, you don't have this paper straight. You don't have that paper straight, right? They gave me stipulations where I have to pay certain things within 90 days or they're coming after me again. And they know that my money ran out because I did all that I could do. I exhausted all of my resources to tap into nature because I had to be at certain places for certain periods of time and exert certain energy to accomplish certain missions so I could activate certain abilities, unlock certain lands. So when I leave these lands and you go to these lands, they're ready to give you activations. Because if y'all went to these places that I went to, Blue Ridge, Georgia, right? Sedona, if you go there, right, you will begin to be activated because that sun is pumping 9D energy now, whether I'm there or not. It's pumping 9D energy right now, right? You understand? You understand? And I can't work a regular job because I need to activate. You understand? You understand? You overstand. Okay? I'm not going to tell y'all publicly where the community is. We're going to do it on a private tip. You can't put everything online. You understand that? You got to keep that on the low. I'm telling you what I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you where I'm doing. I'm not going to tell you where I'm at until I'm going from that area. That's not going to happen. What's going on, Ronald? My homie from back in the day used to call me Red before I even knew I was Red. Ain't that something? Ain't that wild? You know what I mean? And you can't put everything online, family. But at the end of the day, y'all can't say y'all want to change and y'all don't support those who really be out here doing the work. Because these beings know how y'all treat beings like me. You forget about them quick after you got the information from them and you use it and you forget about them. Don't do that to me. Because this is why I never asked for help before, because I never wanted to be disappointed in y'all for not being able to help me after giving all of this energy to y'all, after risking everything for y'all. I haven't seen my beautiful children in almost 2 years for this mission. I left my home. I left my successful business. And I put myself out there because this is God's work. Do you want your land back or not? I mean, what? Do you want your land? Because I'm not stopping. I can't stop. It's impossible. I know too much. I am too much. And once you get to this level, you ain't going to be able to stop either. And some of y'all who think this is a game or this is funny, okay. Because we're going to remember y'all too. We're going to remember y'all ops. We're going to remember y'all who didn't fuck with us. Because let me tell y'all something. This time that we don't have our abilities is not a long time comparable to how long we're going to have our abilities. And you who tried to stop us from having our abilities because you're jealous and all these things or whatever it may be, and because you don't have them, maybe because you can't have them, or maybe because you haven't done the work to have them, you are being watched as well. All of you who try to stop us are also being watched. Just like we're being watched by the government right now and everything, you're being watched by the cosmic family. Oh yes. You're being watched by our family, and they don't got to do nothing. They just gonna keep a record for us. Who, when we get our abilities, because we gonna know who you are. You that try to play with us. You that try to mess with us. You that try to take from us. You that talk about us behind our backs when we're out here doing the Lord's work. We're out here doing nature's work. Everybody's being watched, right? I'm being watched by my ancestors. So I would never quit. You got me fucked up. Me quit? You know, y'all know who I am in the family. Y'all know how I move. I move like this everywhere in the cosmos. Earth is the most difficult game. I opted in for this because it's the most difficult game. Challenges. I'm doing a challenge right now. I'm asking for help. I never did that before. That's a challenge. I'm having an ego death right now. But let me tell y'all something. You people out here that are ops, you being watched. So I suggest if you are an op, you fall back off of us and let us do our thing. Because the thing is, when you aggravate us, you aggravate our ancestors that are in the skies and are inside of us even more. Because they can see what you're doing behind the scenes, what we aren't even seeing. And the thing about it is, we are definitely going to get our abilities back. You don't, if you beings that don't believe that people on this planet are actually dragons and they're going to get their powers back, keep on, like I'm telling you, before you know it, it's going to happen, right? Because those beings who know who they are, they don't, like, something inside of us as dragon beings, when we find out what we are, we actually can't stop. No matter what. We can't stop. We can't stop. Understand that. There's no stopping it. And you beings that are humans that can't, or you beings that can't fathom what I'm talking about, yo, just leave. You commenting some bullshit even on this is going to get you caught up with us, because we supersede the laws of man. Like, you know how, like, you know, you got all these little charges, like for like assault and murder and all these little weird things they be doing. We do things that are beyond the laws of man. We'll jump into your dreams and torment you forever. We will show up in your future and your past and just stop you from being here. We can do some of the wildest things. I don't think you understand what we are, like what many of y'all, the government knows what we are, but many of you who mock us, you don't understand what you mocking. You have no idea. Like, this land is ours, right? This land is ours, okay? And we are about to reclaim it. Now, I'm only speaking to the dragon beings right now because you're the only ones that will understand me. Humans, I don't even know. Like, I see more humans on YouTube than Instagram, honestly. And you humans, a lot of you are going to be getting upgraded because you have energy in that body, and that body's going to be getting upgraded because you are a good human. So you will find that in your next existence, you will have more access to whatever body you have. You have a body with more access. But some of you humans are getting downgraded. Your energy is getting downgraded because of how you treated the beings who actually made you. Oh yeah, we're going to get into that too. You humans were made by us dragons. And that energy that you have right now was also made by us dragons to be in those human bodies. And that energy is now up for judgment. The energy in those bodies are up for judgment. Either it goes up or it goes down, because energy must evolve. By going down, the experience that you're getting when you go down will be so bad that you will learn and you will go up even higher now because of what you did in this realm at this time when you were up for judgment, because everybody's up for judgment. Everybody's up for judgment right now. All of us. Those who are getting those abilities are now getting your reward. But the thing is, there's a little kickback for your reward because a lot of beings don't want you to have your rewards. They don't want you to have your power that is coming back to you, because we don't get these abilities unless we have been righteous, unless we have done what we're supposed to do. We don't get that reward. We don't get that reward. No, you don't get your powers if you've been living wrong. That doesn't work. You don't get your powers for reading books. That doesn't work. You don't get your powers for reciting spiritual information. That doesn't work. You get your powers for being righteous for real. You get your powers for surviving your many initiations that you went through, that people laughed at you when you were going through, when you were losing everything, when you were by yourself. You're getting a reward because you overcame all those things. But then you have beings that are jealous that aren't getting a reward of you getting your reward, and they'll try to have some blockages in your way. Okay? So, long story short, we need to come together. We should do it now and start building now, and I need your help. If you are on Instagram right now, you can DM, and you don't want to donate to the GoFundMe, and you want to donate straight to me, which is what I prefer, so I can handle what I got to handle so they can stay off my freaking back. Okay? I'm only out because I agreed to leave Arizona, because I can't be in Arizona if I don't go in the forest. Like I can't, they don't want me on my grid points, but it's fine. I got enough of my grid point to activate a certain part of me. Now I got to go to another one. So it works for me anyway, right? It works for me anyway. For you on YouTube, my Instagram is Coach Reg B. That's my Instagram, Coach Reg B. But now I have left the whole land open for you to go to. The land is so activated, all you got to do is put your feet on the land and tap into it. Some of you who are working, hey, yo, go there and spend a week. Just spend a week there and go to the Red Rock and just hike and watch what happens to you, especially if you already tapped in. Watch what happens to you. I did that for you. I took the hit so you could do that. If you are closer to the East Coast, go to Blue Ridge, Georgia. I can't put my Cash App on here. Hit me up in the DM and I can give you all the information. I can't put my Cash App, my PayPal, or my Zelle on here. I can't do it. I was told by Spirit, do not do it. Do it on a private tip. Everybody who donates to me, that's not GoFundMe, I would like to talk to. This is a one-on. This is personal. You donating to me is a personal thing for me. I want to know who you are. You donate to me. I don't hit me up, and I want to have a little short talk with you, even if through text or whatever, just saying thank you. You know what I mean? I want to know who you are. You support this. This means a lot to me. You know what I'm saying? It means a lot. But back to what I was saying, you go to Blue Ridge, Georgia, or you want to go to Grassy Creek, North Carolina, or I forget the other place in Virginia. But I've activated certain places. Now, it also depends off of your energy. You just can't be anybody and go to these places and you're going to get activated. Your energy needs to be calibrated to receive the energy that are in these places, right? Because in many of y'all areas, it's snowing. And if I went to your area right now, it wouldn't snow no more, because it was interesting. When I was being transported to Flagstaff from Sedona, I turned the weather up to Sedona to about 90. All the police was talking about, yeah, it's been a dry winter. It's been a dry winter. I'm like, oh, it's supposed to be snowing right now, isn't it? So I go to Flagstaff, right? And it's snowing in Flagstaff. Flagstaff is only 40 minutes away from Sedona. Like, why is it a full winter over here? But when I'm in Sedona, Rayo Zog, because the son's real name is Rayo Zog. We call the son Rayo Zog. That's the son's name. That's what it told me, right? Because I have a true relationship with the sun, because the sun is me. It's in you. The sun is in you. When you have enough frequency inside of you, you control the weather where the sun breaks through those chemtrails. You understand? Rayo Zog. You might want to start calling it like, yo, hey, Rayo Zog. Rayo Zog. You know what I'm saying? So, when you calibrate your energy, and a lot of y'all are in places right now, right, that you need to leave. And sometimes that's why the snow don't go away, because the sun is like, it's not going to respond to you until you get to your grid points so it can respond to you. Because I remember when I was in Blue Ridge, Georgia, and I was loving it. It was beautiful every day. I was paddleboarding on the lake every day, but I'm supposed to be doing grid work, but I'd be getting comfortable in my old homes and I don't want to leave, but I still got work to do for the family. But I be wanting, but they be stalking me so much. I just be wanting to relax, like just be chilling, like just leave me alone. Let me just tap into nature, right? That's what I want to be like. But I still got work to do. So what happened was it went from 82 to 28 in one day. And then I got the message, yo, it's time to go to Sedona. I was like, I don't feel like going to Sedona. It's too dry right now. I didn't realize my power to call the rain. So I drive across country and I go to Sedona. And before I went to Sedona, there was a lot of fire advisories, like don't set fires, because Sedona was bone dry before I got there. The night I came to Sedona, it rained for the first time in months. Storm for like 3, 4 days. Y'all saw the videos. It was raining up in there. It wasn't raining before I got there, because when your energy is calibrated enough, you change the weather and the sun and the nature responds to you. You begin to plug you. You are the key to every environment of the land, because it is incomplete without your true power, and it needs you. You are the regulators for these lands. You understand? You regulate the land when you are calibrated to a certain frequency. Those who since 2017 or 2020 have been healing. Remember, we've been talking about healing all these years. Why have we been talking about healing? We've been talking about healing so you can remove that trauma and your real self can come out, because the trauma stopped you from your real self coming out. Many of you who got through the trauma and their real self came out, you know what I'm talking about. The sun and nature now responds to you. But a lot of you are getting called to other lands and you are dealing with these winners because you're supposed to be going right now. But because you serve a system or you haven't figured out a way to not serve it, you are now stuck in these particular areas. Now, I can't tell you what to do. I'm only telling me what to do. Okay? I'm only telling you why certain things may be happening to you. And some of you are even going through initiations to be able to transmute the code, because, you know, the code never bothered us at our natural states. I'm going to be real with you. The code don't bother us in our natural states. Like, we can heat up our internal sun and we good. Because it's funny, the officers was always asking me every time, because I had like 5 occasions with the officers in Sedona. And on certain days where it did get chilly, because whenever the clouds come out, the temperature drops like 40 degrees. But I still be out there with short shorts on and no clothes, no shirt on. And they be like, how come you don't feel the cold? Because it is cold right now. It's like 30 degrees and you out here with no clothes on. And I be like, because I have an inner sun. And they check, of course, they always check out when they be asking me. But I'm like, haven't you seen Superman? Superman has a cave in Antarctica, and he never seems to be bothered by the cold in that cave. Why is that? Because once Superman was of a frequency that was over the frequency that cold will affect the skin. But because many of you are not harnessing your inner sun, the cold now affects you, and you may be being initiated right now. Whatever the reason you are in your area is whatever the reason you are in your area. But I need to get all these other areas ready, so when you are ready to leave that area, you have somewhere to go. That is my job right now. And this must be done privately. Now, those who there will be a vetting process for these communities and for the retreats that we're going to have privately. There will be a vetting process. Me and maybe a couple of other trustworthy dragons that I have relationships with will be reading your energy and vetting you before we even let you in to our groups. And while you are in our community, we will continue to read the energy, because you're not going to just jump in our community and just be sitting there. I'm not saying you got to talk and everything. I'm just saying you're not going to just be there like a spy, because there are too many spies, right, out here spying on us already. Now, about the vetting process, if you want to give a larger donation, that will put you more to the front of the line to get vetted. If you are a real one, that's what it is. You help this out more, I will vet you faster. Simple as that. You get it, and like I said, I was always the one in front of you. You get to talk to me. Like, I'm not hiding. I'm not this celebrity out here that's like, yeah, I'm unreachable. No. That's not me, y'all. We family, right? So I already know you. So this status that I have right now, like this don't mean nothing to me. I'm not trying to be like I can't talk to you. I'm saying if you fuck with me, I fuck with you because we gonna be in front of each other. Like my homies, when I had my first retreat in 2020, I'm like I'm the same as I was online. You see me now, right? I'm right in front of you, brother. What's up? Let's talk. Because I'm like that. And a lot of people are intimidated with that energy because I'm not trying to hide from you. I want a relationship with my family. We all grew up with families that were of our blood, that didn't understand us. This is because we are a special type of people. We are very special. We are very gifted. We are very different and we are very loving. And this is what gets many of us caught up sometimes. We are very loving and we are very trusting. And this is also what gets us caught up because it's difficult for us to fathom how beings in this world actually move. Like they'll play nice in front of our face and stab us in our backs. And we, as righteous beings, would never do that. So sometimes we are naive and we let somebody too close to us, right? And we get caught up. In this time, with you being a special being amongst your elk, around your people, protect your energy at all times. But soon, you won't have to worry about that because you'll be around other dragons. And simply by being around other dragons will activate more of you. The conversations that we'll have, the language that we'll speak, the abilities that we'll demonstrate in person, just by being around each other will bring us online. Now, I understand why the rest of the world is very afraid of us because they know that they have done wrong to us and nature, and they think that we're going to just they think that we're going to do to them what they've done to us. And I'm gonna keep it a buck. I ain't even thinking about them. They thinking about like I ain't even like these people that be like all scary and I ain't even thinking about them. I'm thinking about my animals. I'm thinking about my dragon family. I ain't thinking about them. Like we guys, like why we care about them? But they over here stalking us left and right. Like, bro, we over here minding our business. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm having just a conversation with you. I ain't trying to be I ain't trying to be politically correct. I'm just like, I know y'all feel me. I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it's just interesting how they like, yeah, when they get their abilities, the reason why they think that is because if they got their abilities, they would kill us. If these beings got abilities, they would do worse to us than they already do right now. And they think because they think on that level that we think on level, you realize that we are primordial beings of things outside of reality, and we literally live forever. We are only thinking about restoration and balance. But the problem is the fact that we are thinking about restoration and balance means that the nature itself is inhabitable for them. And they would have to go underground because what I noticed what I was beginning to do in Sedona, I was beginning to change the geography to a point where the radiation got so high they were not able to come outside. And that's when they started to get really pissed. They're like, yo, we can't even go outside because we can't breathe. Everywhere I went, I would see people coughing all the time, especially when I came around. When I came around, they would always begin to cough and get sick. I'm like, what's I say, and my higher self's like, yeah, you doing that. It's because the sun's inside of you and you are projecting a frequency that they cannot stomach. Right? So they was like, we got to get this nigga out of Sedona because he is turning it up to a frequency that we can't live here, and we need to enjoy our if these beings are coming online, we need to enjoy our last days in nature, and he got to go to his other geographical environment anyway. But remember, all is the mind. So when you set things in motion, right, these things are actually working in your favor. When I got arrested, you know, I was really like wondering, like, why is this happening to me? Like, I'm righteous, like I'm protected, I'm righteous. This has never happened to me with all the things that had happened with cops. Why has this happened to me? And I came to the conclusion, this not happening to you. It's not happening to you, Reg. It's happening for you because you still got work to do. I know you're home in Sedona, but you're getting too comfortable and you still got to keep moving. And what happens is when you get to your old homes, you want to stay there. you want to stay there. And you forget that you have to go to all these places in America and heal them. So I got to go to another place. And banning me from Arizona forests for a year gives me enough time to go to these other places. But I need your help because I have exhausted all of my funds to do this mission. Okay? So if you want to support me, I'm going to say it again. The way to do it is you can donate to GoFundMe. You can hit me up in my DM and I will give you my Cash App. I will give you my Zelle, or I will give you my PayPal, and you can donate that way. And I can have the energy to not have to worry about money and heal these lands and help you, because I have this new ability right now. Remember that they also took my book. They took my book with all my writings in it too. I gotta see if I can get that back tomorrow. Took my book. They took my book, took my staff, took my swords, took my broadsword, took my tent, took my truck, right? Took all that stuff. So I gotta figure out how to get her. I gotta do what I gotta do now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, this is what we gotta do. Like, because I have this. Okay, I was talking about my new ability. I have this new ability now, and I was trying it. I was trying it on the guys in jail. I was really helping the men in jail. The Indians that are in the area of Arizona, they are utterly destroyed. And some of y'all be like, well, they deserve it. They took our identity. They didn't. Well, the ones that are existing now didn't take it. The other ones that were back then took it. But there's a reason why the melanated ones lost that land anyway, and the Aboriginal Indians have it. But they basically are alcoholics and drug addicts for sure. Now, when it comes down to it, what was I about to say? I was about to say something and I lost my train of thought when I was talking about them Indians. I don't want to lose my train of thought. I'll be going all over the place. My mind's all over the place right now. What I was about to say, it was important too. I'll come back to it. But, I got this new ability, right? It's called Galactic Electro Hieroglyphic Light Language. And anybody who donates over $1,000, let's say 500. Anybody who donates over 500, I'm going to create something for you. Now, it has more power if I mail it to you than if I send you a picture. But I'm moving around, so be patient with me. I will send you a picture and I will do my best to mail it to you, but I'm in nature. So a picture is what's going to have to do right now, right? But it's called Galactic Electro Hieroglyphic Light Language, like you saw in my Instagram. That's what it is. And it's developed to an ability where just by scanning it in the morning and night, right, it will unlock your dormant abilities. It will unlock your minds. Just by reading it alone, you got to drink water, because it's going to be expanding your brain so much that your oxygen level in your brain is going to deplete if you are not calibrated to receive this new ability. And guess what, yo? Everybody's paper and scan is going to be different than the last one, because I create a new one every single time I've done it. I've created about 100 different ones so far. Okay, so somebody asked, how did I help them in jail? The first guy that I helped, he was an artist. He was one of Indian art. He was an artist. A lot of these guys are artists and they're detoxing coming off of drugs, but he was already detoxed. So he was telling me how his art, he loved his art. He was tapped in a little bit. So we had conversations, and my higher self said, you got to make one for him. I made like 10 for the guys in there, because when I went in there, they didn't know what they was getting. When I left, everybody was fucking with me. But the next day, he said the first day he looked at it, his hands began to tingle. And the next day, he developed a whole new type of art. The next day, like 24 hours, the next guy that I was called to help, I was sitting on top of the tier, and he's like, yeah, I be getting these nightmares every night. First thought, he got a lot of trauma up in there, so I got to create one for trauma. And he seemed pretty cool, because I was reading all their energy. I'm like, these guys are nice guys. They just got caught up, and they're addicted, because they're doing the same things to them that they did to the melanated ones in the 80s. That's what they're doing to the Indians on the reservations right now. Okay, because I was in there with all of them. The next guy was getting nightmares, right? I gave him one. He scanned it in the night and the morning. He got sick the next day. The reason he got sick is because them demons that was attached to him was getting detox off of him. But I ain't want to tell him because I'm like, he don't know enough, so he ain't gonna believe that he'll think that the papers made him sick, and he won't even be able to compute that in order to detox, sometimes you have to get sick because you are excreting a substance or an entity out of your body. So when I gave it to him, he got sick, and then he had no nightmares for the rest of the time I was in there. I was in there for 5 days. He was getting nightmares every night to the point where he wasn't sleeping. Right? I made him one. Bow. No more nightmares. Another guy, he was detoxing and he was getting headaches all the time. I made him one. First day, he said he started feeling pressure in the middle of his face. I was like, you got to drink water, bro. You got to drink water. He was like, I feel so different this next morning. He felt clear. And like he's like, I feel like I could do something more in my life. And he started talking about how he's gonna quit drinking. And he started going through why he was in the position that he was with. So he started his shadow work and he didn't even know it was shadow work. Because it begins to heal things about you. It's like my galactic electro-hieroglyphic light language is an adaptogen. The spirit that's in me, the energy that's in me that comes from source, taps into the energy that's in you that comes from source, and we know what's wrong. Because we come from the same energy, the energy that I'm tapped into will go to your energy, see what's wrong with you, create something for you, give it to you, and then that's your cure. You see it? You see what I'm saying? You see, I told y'all I started with supplements, but that's too cumbersome for this mission. My higher self gave me another ability that was like, yo, just create those. And it's therapeutic for me anyway, right? Created them. McLazu me direct check McLax eklum. Mazil Arab loosenik. Shall also me rapple commendation me la kumbarik. Vin drip plakin tori pulse me crest. Helix zosh. But that's how it works. The source of my spirit goes to the source of your spirit, looks at your whole life, and I create what you actually need. And it's different than the other person's because everybody's energy and everybody's life is unique to them, which means that's why you need a unique medicine. Taking the same medicine for a different being sometimes doesn't work all the time. You need your own medicine. And the thing about us as dragons, we would give each other our own medicine that was specific to each other, and we would always heal each other like that, right? Because we are limitless beings. We are limitless. We have no limit to our powers. Zero limit. None at all. Right? The language that I speak, I've been activating y'all with that for years. Has my language not evolved for the whole time you've met me and continue to evolve the whole time? Glam juve balek on dream of our exectans of le odajime va mekomele arebus neme trilex urim bugza zalakayek dribble urim dingayek dosilex of him drip lovik tomisamile azame trakondik stevik haberin drip liking a dong drikuim variab sosh helix zikangak sumik berin zixelix or retrium Havendrick Taifak, Ram Rixiv, Trium, Varabun Gilexidas, Havendrick Levik, Dozi Klama Simivext, Hagorim Driblasi, Bazamejor Columbus, me past me Crumext, Hojilek, Rebis of Ekaeg dogs of Elizabeth. Nivides Clag, Tacticorin Driblets Obedest, Coring Dream. Alex of the Asto face me verso me les of the Kaya, Trellis of the Kaya, Bombe, Zibekaya, Luven, Havendribla, Zibecombis, Alexas, Ove Trelix, have a similar, Zivek Dream. High vost me less of it, Chicle a Deximix, have a similar, Araku, Morphix, of the Esic, Havendrelis, Vicas, Simic Box. Heviger exige, hungrilik toothing, viog, hokrin lek suffix vestif, levas the courage, Çelik zazide meva bezo be kalkş. Havek adeste bedasyone da dega liga bezo me basto bek resand. Meva de se me tracklam ba bedasyone pae kubarik. Mefik so fastinek. Blij op dok så felixig og bedrestig koring rook Hovajom varje kläck sumi kaibon dribbixt hoverek kong tees oleg zurim vajo gorek zelevandeshimik obik hovin riam fiela surim halexaiog high fox omega benzik aki shovik reest Helixio, Goris, Shufalik, call next. And also what I'm going to do, I'm going to continue to do videos so you know I'm okay. Now, a lot of you were reading my energy for the past week and you knew something wasn't right. And also there were a few earthquakes that I heard about because the planet, whenever something happens for us, but it's extreme and it's intense and it's stressful, nature also shows how pissed off she is, which is why I feel like they accelerated the process of letting me go because they realized that they first thing they know who we all are, and they know that they can't hold certain of us for too long, which is how you know who it is you are. They can't hold the dragons for too long because nature begins to get pissed and start destroying things. Nature will begin to have earthquakes and tornadoes, and it will begin to burn them until they let us be free again or leave us alone. So normally, for many of us, you haven't been physically touched by anybody. They just watch and stalk you. And when they rolled up on me and they pulled the guns on me, I went off my own volition. They put the cuffs on me and they told me they want to talk to me at the car. I thought they were going to let me go, but they tricked me and they arrested me. They got me. But if I would have fought them, they could have activated me. But they might have wanted to try that. But it was interesting. It was I looked at the whole situation from a higher perspective. Like, I'm not even mad at none of the officers at all because I realized that all is the mind, and the mind is reacting to something that I set in motion, and I wasn't specific about a manifestation, so it happened in the way that any way to happen to remove the path of least resistance. Because if my job was to heal the land, and I was in a land too long, and other lands needed my services, there was something that had to happen to get me off of that land so I can go to another land. So they would, okay, so like if I wasn't being specific, they're like, okay, the part of your mind that represents the officers are going to come. You're not going to put up a fight because you're not trying to activate too soon. They're going to put you in jail for 5 days when they really could have held me for 30, right? They could have held me for as long as they wanted. And they kept on telling me in court how they were accelerating the process. Like, we're accelerating this process, which tells me that's a part of my mind that's really working for me, looking like them. You see what I'm saying? You have to look at it at a God perspective, not a human perspective. You look at nothing that happens for you at a human perspective because you become a victim. And I am not a victim. I am a man who needs help, but I am not a victim. I am King Horus, King of Tamari, what you call America. And all of you are my family that have places in this land that are you, and you rule that land. And you are king in those areas to your people. You see how it works, y'all? You see how it works, y'all? So I'm going to continue to do videos. As I tap into nature, I'm going to continue to talk to you. As tap into nature, I'm going to have the community that is soon going to run on its own with y'all, because you are adults, you are responsible, you are gods. I don't have to be in the community at all times, but y'all need each other at this time right now, and I had to put that together. So we're going to develop a WhatsApp group, right? And y'all have to give me time to get back to all of y'all, because it's a lot of y'all hitting me up right now. And if you want to join the WhatsApp, hit me right now, right? If you want to donate to my Cash App, to my PayPal, to my Zelle, hit me right now, and we'll have a short conversation through the voice, right? Or text, or if I feel called to give you a call, right? I will give you a call, but I can't do it all by myself because that's taking a lot of energy out of me. And I have to compress it into a group because I'm one God that has done a lot of things dolo, and my spirit refuses to let me do it dolo no more. So I that had to happen for me in order to be there to help you, because you dragons, it's time for y'all to get y'all shit back. And y'all need a space to feel safe so you can do it. And somebody got to risk it all to put it together. And to be honest with you, to me, it doesn't even feel like I'm risking it all. I'm actually gaining it all. I'm letting go what I thought I was risking. Do you understand that? Because what you are letting go, the previous version of yourself, or even your perceived safety, right? To have endless abundance, to have all of your family, the animals and the birds and your dragons back, and to live free, not having to worry about any obligation to any system that takes your energy, to have be telling your grandchildren and children about the times where you went to school and you truly fought for them to never have to deal with what you deal with. You right now are the ones that are going to be telling your children and grandchildren the story that they never have to deal with. And you will be not worshipped, because I don't like using that word worship. You will be revered amongst your bloodline because of the sacrifice that you made, because you are being watched by your ancestors, how real you are about this life. You a dragon, right? You a primordial, right? You got your primordial brother right here that's been risking it all. And you're not going to help your bro? Come on. Stop playing. What's money to us? What's money to us? For y'all who are on YouTube and you want to know my Instagram is simple. It's Coach Reg B. Coach Reg B. And hit me up. And I will get back to everybody in a timely manner because I'm still trying to figure out how to move. Remember, they took a lot of things from me. So I have to get some things back so I can get to my next spot. They're trying to slow me down, but I look at it because at first I was looking at it like they trying to slow my activations down because when I started to turn blue, I was like, it's no coincidence I'm turning blue right now and y'all up on me right now. What's up with that? But I mean, at the end of the day, it happens for me because I got to go somewhere else. But it was also good that it happened because I get to lean on you, and in our process of coming together is now heavily accelerated because I'm about to go on a 40-day, 40-night fast. I'm gonna say it once again. I'm going on a 40-day, 40-night fast on a diet of red dirt and urine. Bet you never heard about that before. I'm going to be letting my skin eat the red dirt because your skin eats like your mouth, but it eats faster than your mouth because you absorb whatever you put on your skin in 26 seconds, like I told y'all on YouTube many years ago, right? Now, the way it works with the dirt, right? That gel did need my energy. That's a fact. I changed a lot of energy in that gel. You are absolutely right. 100%. I was like, I'm in here doing a side mission in here, aren't I? My higher self said, you in here doing a side mission because I was in there working the whole time. I'm in there working, transmuting the energy with the men the whole time, teaching about manifestation, teaching about all this stuff the whole time. So I'm like, okay, it's not a mistake. Even the room that I was in, it was like a room with a bunch of bunks. It was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 men was in that room, and I'm building with them every day, right? And it made me feel good. I'm like, I love helping. It's like I get chills when I help beings. Like it's like pleasure to me. So I'm like, I'm not gonna be in here all depressed. I'm sleeping. We gonna talk. We gonna work, and y'all gonna come out this motherfucker different because y'all drinking and doing drugs. Your families need you to be way better than what you are right now. And I'm gonna give you the advice because you around me. We ain't gonna do this negative shit up in here. I'm telling this nigga over here negative. I'm like, nah, we ain't doing that negative shit. Like positive, because the COs would do little psychological attacks on the men. Like imagine you are being transported and you waiting in the room. They'll put you in a stinky ass bathroom. Like they put me in a stinky ass bathroom. And what they'll do is when you got to go back to your tier, because when I went to general population, they'll walk by the room over and over again, dangling their keys, you thinking they about to open the door, but they leave you there. You know what I mean? And these men, like, see, I knew they wasn't coming. We're going to be sitting here for 2 hours. I'm like, listen, yo, if you sitting here thinking negative, they not going to come. I said, if you think about what they they're doing psychological warfare on you. So they bank off of you reacting, and then they really not going to help you because they are emotional and they weak. A lot of these officers and correctional officers, they be weak little men and women that never really got recognition, and people be telling them what to do. So they want to look at the prisoners and they want to tell them what to do, and they want to make them feel bad because hurt people hurt people. That's how that work. So they was trying that with me, and I wasn't breaking. I'm like, no, I'm going to get back. Okay, fuck it. I'm getting back to this fucking breath work. Tell you that shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm getting back to this breath. I'm gonna do 1,000 push-ups. I'm gonna transmute this anger. You ain't gonna do that. Not to me. Not to this one. Nope. So, at the end of the day, nothing happens to you. Happens for you. And we got to come together. We got to come together. It is time. It's enough bullshitting, enough playing around, enough procrastinating, right? And if you can't leave right now, you can contribute with your matrix money to the cause. That's going to affect you in the future anyway. And you put into the community. So what's better than that? You're putting into this very same energy that is going to help you in the future. It's like an investment into you. Even if you give me, a big donation and I put you in the WhatsApp faster, you're in the WhatsApp with other beings that are like you that Coach Reg B vetted. I'm vetting everybody I put in this WhatsApp. I am at work. I can barely sleep right now. I am charged up like a motherfucker right now because of all the energy that jail gave to me. For instead of letting it out, I put it in. I have so much energy for this right now. Holy shit. I feel like I'm about to explode with energy for this right now. So I got time, y'all. And the more you give me, the more time I have to get this together and to get the right people. Because many of y'all got the connections. Many of y'all may have the money. Many of y'all have maybe the expertise of building. Many of y'all know where land is at, because I was amongst the firm belief that I didn't want to buy my own land. But I got to be realistic right now. If they're making laws about where we can be and where we can't be, we must do what we have to do to come together. And I didn't want to buy land, but I think I'm going to have to. I know I'm going to have to right now in order to do this mission. So they can't just jump on my thing and say, you can't be here. This is such and such land. No, if I got it, it's mine. It's mine. Because at the end of the day, whether I buy it or not, it's going to be mine anyway. And I'm buying it to put into all of it being mine. We buy this land. We have our retreats. We activate. And then we get all the land, and whatever we paid to buy this little land, to have that land, becomes now worth it. Are you feeling me right now? Think on a higher perspective. Are you feeling me? Instagram, YouTube, are you feeling me right now? Are you getting where I'm going with this? Because your brother got I got the energy. I got the work. And where I'm at right now was snowing last week. Everybody in jail was talking about, yeah, it's snowing. It's going to be cold when we get out. I said, nigga, I'm here. It ain't snowing when I'm here. The sun shine when I'm here. Looking at me like, what? I'm like, the sun shine where I go. It don't snow where I go. And when we got, because it was 4 guys that got out with me. And I was telling them, I was like, watch when y'all get outside. It ain't going to be cold like y'all think. Because they was all nervous because all of them was homeless, right? Living in the shelter. I'm like, it ain't going to be. And they went outside and it was nice and warm. And it was like 20 last week. I was like, I told you. I told you. That sun was shining even if I was locked up. It was shining. It was like, Rail Zog, you going to shine for me? Rail Zog was like, yup. They don't even, when I get around, they don't even really bother Kemen no more. When I get around, it's like we wasting our money Kemen with this nigga around. We wasting our money. Kemen with him? Nah, we good. We gonna just wait till he leave. That's how it be. And that's how it's going to be for you. But some of us, we get our powers before y'all while you're calibrating. So by the time you're calibrated, we get a power that we give y'all power, and we calibrate together. Because when I see many of y'all gonna help me activate some of my abilities. So I can't wait to see y'all. Cause I know y'all got some shit with y'all that y'all haven't shared online, that y'all been developing on your own. And I need that medicine right there. So I'm investing in your medicine to give to me later on. I'm a little selfish. I want that. I want what you got too. I want what you got too. I want to hear your beautiful language. I want to see your beautiful abilities. I want to see your beautiful martial arts. I want to have these beautiful conversations with you. And a lot of y'all want, it's like somebody said, come to Tucson. If it's in Arizona, I'm leaving Arizona, guys, because I'm banned from every forest in Arizona. So that means my mind is banning me from every forest because my mind is telling me to go to another state because I have affected all. They're basically telling me you did your job in all of Arizona by being in Sedona. All of Arizona is good because you were in Sedona. You don't have no more work to do in Arizona right now. You got to go somewhere else, which is why they only banned me from the forest for a year. So I'll be back in Arizona in a year. Fine, no problem. It's only a year. They could have made up some law to ban me for a long time, but it's my mind. So my mind can't ban me for longer than I allow because I control my mind, even if it appears that my mind has the power right now. No, if I'm setting things in motion, that means that I'm controlling every aspect of what's going on. This is how you look at it from the God perspective. Do you see? And for me, I must be on the red land. So I can't just go to anywhere. I have to be on red land. Okay? So I'm thinking about California. I'm thinking about Colorado. Everybody telling me how cold Colorado is. It's not going to be cold when I get there. Okay? Colorado's got it's about it's if I go to Colorado next, it's about to get hot. And then I got Utah in mind. I got Nevada in mind. I got these places in mind that I'm gonna go to. Because these are the places I want to go to. Colorado, California, Nevada, Utah, or Nevada. Have I said that twice? I don't even know. You know what I mean? I'm not going to Florida. That's back over. I've been on the East Coast. I'm staying over here in the West Coast. Right? West Coast. But I have to be on the red land. Because the red land is where the red man has to be. I'm also Esau, like in the book of Esau and Jacob. I'm Esau and Jacob, but I'm dominant Esau. I put Jacob down because Jacob is the malevolent side. You got to realize that you dragons have to realize that you are the God and the devil. You've always had the God and the devil inside of you. You just continue to reject your dark side and demonize an aspect of you have yet learned to control. Do you see what I'm saying? So I'm Esau and Jacob, but I'm dominant Esau because I'm more loving than malevolent. I've always been more loving than malevolent. Even if I have dark aspects, it doesn't mean that I'm using them dark in this life because I'm not. But y'all may read stories of malevolent aspects of yours that was dark in that life, and you continue to judge your malevolent aspects, but you don't draw power from your aspects being it's you, because humans tell you what's bad and what's good and what you're supposed to reject, because humans don't want you to take in your dark aspects, because you taking your dark aspects, you have more power over your reality, because now you gain full power. You are now yin and yang inside of you, not just yang. You catch that? Are you catching what I'm saying right now? When I was talking about the dark side last year, everybody thought I was going crazy. Like, oh, he went dark. Coach Reg went dark. No, I'm learning who it is I am in fullness. Remember, when we say wholeness, holistic, we ain't say halflistic. We said holistic, right? Then we say holistic. So you can't be half and be whole. The other half of you is dark. Even if you're naturally a good being, you have dark aspects. You have a dark side. We all have a dark side. We didn't come to this reality to only experience one. We came to this reality to have both inside of us. And you've been battling with both your whole life. It's time to control the dark aspects, because the beings that are in power or are losing power, that are part of your mind, they don't want you to tap into your dark aspects with control. They want you to tap in your dark aspects without control so your dark aspects can take you over and get you in some shit. No, you have to love your dark aspects like you love your light aspects. Balance. Thank you. Balance. Somebody asked a question. Let's see. Just as I DM you to offer my abilities and support you, you mentioned desiring to see all of our abilities. Look at that. See how that works? Yes. Hannah May, I got the deal that you definitely need to leave. I've been on Hannah on real stuff. I've been getting a download that you need to leave a long time ago, but you are going to go when you're going to go. When you finally say you're going to leave, I'm like, yeah, I heard your higher aspects telling you to leave because my higher aspects was like, yo, she gotta be going from that area. That area has had enough of her. She has done what she got to do in that area. She needs to spread her energy around. She got to leave. So Hannah, I concur with that. Your aspects was telling me that too. Dragon sister. And all that, and I want y'all to understand something because we're going to talk about this very briefly. It's not important. It's not really that important. Dragons look like anything they want to look like. You understand? Us as dragons have come in here as Spanish people. Us as dragons have come in here as Caucasian people. Us as dragons have come in here as melanated people and every other race you can think of. And in our dragon family, we all look different. Just like our abilities are unique, our forms are unique to us as well. Oh, yes. And they are so beautiful because they are only us. And the higher you go in your family, you have more form. We have so many of us have like 10 different forms, depending on what we want to look like today, because we control our minds to such a degree, we can just design ourselves and just be that right then and there. And then we have favorite forms that we like to look like more than others. This is what we do. This is who we are. This is how we move. Class will make rest. And wouldn't it be nice to have these kind of conversations amongst each other, right? In a WhatsApp group and then in person? Because normally when I do a WhatsApp group, I'm preparing to go in person. You see what I'm saying? So, like I said, matter of fact, I don't normally ask for crowd participation, but I'm going to ask for tonight. If you are trying to join a WhatsApp group and you would like to talk to me briefly, because listen, y'all, I'm gonna tell y'all, a lot of y'all want to tell me everything right now when we talk. But remember, I got like 5 or 10 minutes per person, right? And I'm not your therapist, so you can't just you can't just dump on me. We have to have a dialogue conversation. Like, this is how I can talk. I only can talk where we can't have like if we're on the phone with each other, it needs to be a dialogue. I need to know about who you are. Like, why you want to join the WhatsApp group? What's going on? I'm going to ask you questions. What's going on with you? And I'm going to know based off of your answers if you're on that energy. Now, if you're not on that energy and I said you can't join it, please don't take it personal. Your job is to get on that energy so you can come back around and you can join. But if you're not on that energy, don't trip. Because I'm looking for certain beings that have done the shadow work. Because if you haven't done the work, you're still dangerous. And us that have done the work, like, we are on the level. We're on the part where we're getting our abilities now. Like, that's how we moving. You know what I mean? Like, we took all them years to go ahead and do all the trauma and the shadow work and all that. We did all that, yo. Now we activate. That was the point of that time. If you're still doing that trauma work, that group isn't for you because your abilities aren't coming through. I need to talk to people who are their abilities are coming through, because we talk similar when your abilities are beginning to come through, like your memories, your abilities. An ability is to remember. I just want y'all to understand that. An ability is to remember. That's an ability. Because if we're in this time, your memory is tied to your abilities. If you remember you have them, they begin to manifest. I'm going to say it again. If you remember you have them, you begin to move and receive instructions on how they manifest. This is how they work. And if you have abilities and you have your memory back, you're able to have conversations with other beings like you that you relate to, because they are your family too, that have abilities. And then your conversation with each other continues to activate each other. Because a lot of y'all in these groups, in this group here, are going to begin to build personal and private relationships with each other. Oh, yeah, you're going to definitely do that. And just by you having conversations with each other, you will begin to activate each other just on your phone because this is what it is. I'm bringing us together. That's what's happening up in here. That's what's going on, and I got the energy to do it. So why not? Somebody asked, what's my PayPal, Zelle, and Cash App? If you want to donate, hit me up on a personal tip in my Instagram DM, and I will give you one of those, whichever one you want to donate to. I can't do it online, right? I was told by Spirit for whatever reason not to put them online, probably not to make it a target. So, you know what I mean? Is if you want to do it, like this is a personal, like this is not one of those regular donations that you normally see online. Like I want donations from a bunch of strangers and everything, and I don't mind donations from people who are humans that want to see us rise because there are many humans that do want to see us rise. So I will take your money too. But on a personal tip, if you are a Dragon family or you're someone who wants to donate a lot of money to me, I would definitely love to have a short conversation with you because you are helping me in a major way. And why wouldn't I give you the time of day if you're putting that much of your energy, which is your currency, out to me? I'm definitely going to have a conversation. I don't want that, just yeah, I'm going to get a bunch of money from a bunch of bots. No, I want real people because this is a real thing. This is not that fake shit where I don't care where the money comes from. I actually do care where the money comes from because it affects the energy that's put into what we're building. So I definitely care where the money comes from. And if I can talk to you, I would love to talk to you because now that this has happened and this has charged me up to a level that I didn't think I was going to get to. And I'm so happy that it happened because that experience is now over. And all I was doing the whole time I was in there was transmuting the energy. The whole time I was in there, I was transmuting all the energy. Like I'm not mad at the officers. I'm not mad at the judge. I'm not mad at now. I got a probation officer for sleeping in the woods, yo. Y'all hear me? I got a probation officer for sleeping in the woods. It is comical. This has motivated me to a level that I'm like, oh, what's this energy? What's this? Am I going to be able to sleep? I'm focused now, and because I was focused. I'm always focused, but focus on this, like talking to y'all, seeing y'all, seeing us interact as dragons. Like I miss y'all to such a level. It is. I'm not crying right now. I was crying earlier. I was like, am I going to cry on live in front of everybody? I normally cry when I think about my animals and think about just like I took a lift today and I passed Sedona and I'm like I looked at my temple and I cried. I was like, kick me out of my temple and I started crying. But I'm like, I live forever and I'll be back there. But I'm glad I'm not crying on Instagram. But I was definitely about to cry. I'm like, am I gonna cry on this thing? Because I'm so in touch with my feminine aspects that I can express my emotions and my transparency at any given time. Because when you're healed, it's okay to be you. It's okay to feel. It's okay to express how you're feeling. It's okay to express what you truly feel. The way the matrix works is it wants you to continue to keep that in, and when you keep that in, you keep yourself down. And we don't do that in our dragon family. We are true and we are authentic at all times in our dragon family. And it'll be my pleasure to bring us together again so we can be real and authentic about our experiences, what we're going through right now. Because the thing is this, y'all. The thing is this. You are all going through something that other people can't relate to, right? You're going through things that people can't relate to. So it will be great to bring those who can relate to each other together because every single time you talk to another Dragon family member in these groups and then when we meet each other in person, you get a charge up. You see what I'm talking about? You get a charge up. You charge up. Hmm? So I hope I don't got no pen. Oh, that's crazy. Where my pens at? They took my pens too. They took my pens and my book. I don't have no paper. That's paper right there. Okay. So what I'm going to do tonight? What I'm gonna do tonight? I'm gonna check my DM and Instagram, and I'm gonna hit y'all all up and back one by one tonight. Right? Yeah, Ryan. Hey, Ryan, listen. You wasn't the only one that was charged up. I tapped in like my one of my brothers, this guy Ryan Rugel, right? And I'm gonna give y'all an example of what happens when a dragon is around another dragon. So Ryan started off as one of my clients. And at the time, I still had a little bit of program in me about this white black shit, right? He was laughing at me when I like because I know he felt it a little bit, right? But I still took him on as a client because I was like, nah, I like his energy, so I rock with him. And at the end of the experience of me working with him, I promised him a plant medicine experience. And Ryan had never bent fire before. He had never had the ability of pyrokinesis. So when me and Ryan, because Ryan came to my house, right? And when Ryan tapped in with me, right? I remember Ryan from a previous life when we were in China, right? Because me and Ryan did a lot of dragon work in China. And Ryan looked like an old bluish green man. Because when you go on shrooms, you transform into one of your true forms, or maybe the form that we knew each other in, because he's an ancient. And Ryan jumped right in the fire. He jumped right in the fire. I was bending it, and then he got called by the fire to jump in it. And because he was around me, his brother, this is how it works when we activate each other. This is how it goes, yo. Just by two dragons being around each other, Ryan's pyrokinesis ability came online, and he jumped in the fire. And at the time, I had never even jumped in the fire. I bent it, put my hands in the fire, and all that stuff. But he jumped in the fire, and he was in there bending that shit. I was like, look at this shit here. And then, even though at the time Ryan could say a few variations of the language, me and Ryan had a 2 hour conversation in dragon language. And that was the first time I ever had a conversation with somebody in the dragon tongue. And this is what happened when I did shrooms with the dragon Ryan. He's is a blue green dragon because I seen his blue form. He told me the other day he got a green form too. You know what I mean? But I had seen his blue form because we got, like I said, we got so many forms, yo. We got so many forms. We got so many forms. Like that's what it is. So I am excited to do this and to talk to each and every one of y'all because I know talking to each of y'all is going to charge me up in this time of great difficulty for a little bit, that I'm enduring and gaining so much energy from right now. This is why we're separated because if we weren't separated, sorry, let me get some water. Hold on. If we weren't separated, this world would have been too easy. It would have been too easy. It would have been way too easy. We had to be by ourselves. So when we got with each other, we would know how special being around each other was. You see how we did that? We experience certain things so we can experience the contrast later on and see how special it was. This is what we do. Blekumedashi let o asufe amo mastifli obedasto beklezu me trest hevilecto me pasto me la kumba me shivile eramast hagurim blikan dolshi bebesto me come dex de clan hevilecto fin shivileso me casto me clado shi me crext havext vin sit calm shimits corim le erastu fin but me shilekai of ove belig Haven driple kumbaye plostivi komik shabiext. Givik tome lamik odidris telexi shovik rumik. Havilik zas ovik rist. Vilik dashimik rest to be last octic. Corim rik sekleg sovik obidrist. Havik les uven. A triogs of sexy torin rix. Telexa showmik rist. Klezumik. And you know what? Oh man, I just got this too, yo. What's going to be beautiful is a lot of y'all got abilities that you ain't want to share online. You're going to be able to do it in the WhatsApp. Y'all going to be hearing the language finally from your family members that you ain't talked to in a minute. I can't wait. Oh, because I'm starting to see, I'm seeing it going down right now. Because I'm looking in the future right now, and I'm seeing how much new language I'm going to start hearing, and it's about to take my stuff to another level. Being around y'all, because remember, space isn't real. Space isn't real. So when we put our energy in that group, we are literally around each other again, just by being in a WhatsApp group. Yup, that's how it works. That's how it works. But like I said, I'm gonna have rules in this WhatsApp group. We ain't gonna be sitting here sharing everybody else's videos. I don't care what nobody else outside that group is doing. I don't want nobody sharing no videos of nobody else that ain't us, right? I want to see you sharing everybody else's videos. Uh-uh. I want to see you. And if you don't want to do it online, fine. I just I'm making a space for you. That is perfect. I'm making a space for you. So what? Somebody said you were close to the Lemurians, Dragon Bloodline ancestors in Sedona, fam. That's why the police want you out of there. They're also in the Shasta Mountains in California as well, FYI. They're everywhere, honestly. They're in all of our points. You can't move in fear of them. You have to be cautious and follow the rules. You just got to know the rules. Like hiking in these mountains is not going to get you in trouble, even when you do your chants and you yell, because it's freedom of speech. It's not going to get you in trouble. The thing is when you live there for a longer time than they allow, that's what gets you in trouble. And that's what I did. I was living in the Sedona woods for like a month, and they told me to leave, but they said I could move and into another spot. But that officer told a fib. He told a lie to me, or he didn't know, or he told a lie. And then the next time they talked to me, they came to arrest me because they said they already gave me a citation. They said and they said I violated their law, so they said that they got me or whatever. But the other one kind of didn't tell me that, because if he told me that, I wouldn't have moved like that. But that was the plan, which is fine. Which is fine. Which is fine. It's okay. No big deal. It happened. It happened for a good reason, because now I'm putting us together. So if it wouldn't have happened, I wouldn't be on this video. If it wouldn't happen, we wouldn't be coming together. So you see how things have to happen, and sometimes it has to look a little bad for something very good to happen. Because as alchemists, I mean, we alchemists? Aren't we the original alchemists? As the original alchemists, we transmute anything that happens for us, because all it is energy, even if it's a situation of adversity or stress. We take that stress and we put it back into ourselves. I mean, simple as that. This is what we do. We live forever. This is a short period of time for as long as we live. It only seems long because we're in the time bubble, but we exist outside of time and space. So you feel what I'm saying? See what I'm saying? Because we are. This is the movie. This is the movie. We are making. This is everybody's. All of us are making our own movie. I mean, what? You thought it was going to be something that's not watchable? You thought you was going to be just sitting on your couch and going to work every day? Please. Would you watch that movie? Let's keep it a buck. Would you? Okay. I was just told to ask you a question. Spirit said, would you watch the movie that you're making? I'm going to say it again. Spirit asked you to ask yourself, would you watch the movie that you're making? Don't answer in the chat. Just ask yourself. This is for you and you. The chat doesn't need to know. But if it's yes, then you're doing the right thing. If it's no, you came here for a little bit more action. I mean, you are in a movie. You are the star of your own show. That's why they're watching you. They're recording. And then one day, you're going to look back at your movie and see how you lived. Right? And it's going to be boring, or it's going to be dope. Now, if it's boring, you might want to come back here, because in your higher God state, coming back here is not a big deal, because all time exists at one time. So all you'll do is just jump on a timeline down there at that point and just do it again. Because you can do that if you want to, as a primordial being that exists outside of reality. You don't want to have to do that. So because you got more things that you want to do. You like, I got other realities I want to experience. I don't want to keep on experiencing Earth because I was living like I wasn't making this interesting. I want to do this right now, right here, and I want to look back at this movie so I can go live another movie. You feel me? And that's why I'm moving like this, because I know they all watching me up there, and they know they know I win my games, and I win my games with flying colors. I'm the gamer of the cosmos. I'm one of the biggest gamers in the cosmos. You feel me? And some of y'all like, this nigga crazy. Yup, because I'm a gamer in the cosmos. This is like my Call of Duty, God style. This is my Call of Duty. And every game I win with flying colors, I get more ranking in the cosmos. And I have a pretty high ranking in the cosmos right now. I have a pretty high ranking. Check on me. Check on it. Check on it. That's why I can talk. That's why I be talking. That's why I be showing I got a pretty high ranking right now. That's why beings who fuck with me, you don't never get away with fucking with certain beings that got high rankings. A lot of y'all got high rankings too. And beings try to mess with y'all, and their life be over after that. They be thinking they got away with messing with y'all, and their life goes to hell after they mess with y'all. Because a lot of these beings that mess with me, right, that aren't something that I initiated, their life is over. And I don't even have to touch them. Even beings who like came on social media, like in these videos, and tried to mock me, you're cooked. You should have never came on this video trying to mock me, because there's something going on behind the scenes, and it's not going to be pretty. Like, people lose jobs, houses, and the thing about my particular energy is I don't take you out. I torture you through the whole rest of your life, and you don't even know it came from me. A lot of y'all been doing this too. You ever realize somebody who did you dirty in the past, and then after they did you dirty, all of a sudden, when they leave your energy, the life goes to hell. All kinds of things begin to happen to them. All kinds, like they start getting sick, right? They start going crazy. They start losing their job. They lose their relationships. They get in car accidents. Because we control this reality for real. And the thing is, because you are so benevolent naturally, your malevolent side that still exists is like, I'll handle this. I'm gonna go ahead and handle him. You don't even gotta know about it. I'm gonna go handle him. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go handle him. You know what I'm saying? That's why I'm like, yo, these police that be trying to mess with us. I'm like, all right, you got the avatar, but if I didn't contract you to do this to me, it's coming. If you mess with anybody I love, it's coming. And it's coming for a long time. As a cosmic, because I'm a cosmic judge as well. As a cosmic judge, I was remembering a lot of the sentences I used to give. And I would, the thing about certain judges is we get really creative with our sentences because we are creators. So we can create something that's unique to whatever it is you did. So I'll give you an example of a sentence I did. Like, it's like, matter of fact, think about in Superman, the Man of Steel with Zod. When Zod violated his laws and he did some bullshit, right? They gave him 300 cycles in a black hole. We do shit like that. We'll give you like 300 cycles in a black hole, or I'll do some shit like I'll put you back in slavery. Like, let's say if you're a white racist dude, right? And you mess with one of us dragon beings because you think that we're like African American. Like, I'm not African American. I'm a dragon in an African American body that can transform because I have a soul that can make this body a whole nother thing. But I'm not African American. But let's say if you racist or you do something to us, I'll put you back in slavery and I'll make you experience what it is you did to that person. Yeah, because you see how the system, it has like a set punishment. These punishments in this system do not match the crime. So the person does not recover from what they did because their penalties do not match the crime, so they really don't learn from it. But as cosmic judges, what we do is we'll make the penalty match the crime. So if you did some bullcrap to somebody, like you betrayed somebody, we'll make you experience betrayal times 10. So your energy can evolve, because see, everything is energy. And as source energy, we all have different roles in source energy. And many of us in source energy have been evolving for a long time. So when we evolve for a long time under source energy, we get certain responsibilities to govern other energies under us, so that can evolve. I want you to, are you sticking with me right now? Put a 1 below if you're sticking with me, because I'm explaining how source energy works right now. Put a 1 below if you are sticking with me right now. I'll wait so my voice can kind of heal a little bit, relax a little bit. I'll wait. You sticking with me right now? Are you sticking with me? Because y'all about to meet me soon, and I am like this all the time. Now I get quiet at times, but I'm a very intense energy to be around. I don't gotta say nothing. You can feel it. Ryan, though, and some of y'all, not many of y'all have been around me lately, because I've been kind of like dolo. But I'm a very intense energy. I'm very fun. I'm not like super serious. I'm just very intense. You know what I'm saying? Okay. Okay. So the way source energy works is when you are apart, because let's say this is source. All of us are a drop from source. Some of the drops leave faster, right, than other drops. So let's say my drops of source left 3 eons ago, and your drop of source left 2 million years ago. Well, obviously that drop has had more experience than that drop. So this drop gets, the drop that has experienced eons gets responsibilities to govern the drops that have been sitting here for millions. And we get responsibilities over, because we have a lot of experience of evolution, we understand what other energies must experience in order to evolve. So let's say a drop that has been existing, let's say, for 1,000 years is really being malevolent in certain lives, and they're not learning their lesson in their life. As a cosmic judge, we will judge this particular energy that was in this particular avatar, and we will put this energy into another reality that will allow this energy to evolve. So let's say it was a racist person that treated people incorrectly based off of how they look. This racist person will go to a place, right, where they experience what they did to another person. So now when they get back to source, they're like, yeah, I realized that wasn't right. I'm going to now come back to another life, and I will be better because of this experience I had as that which I did there too. So like a lot of people in this reality be having these wild upbringings, or these things like somebody will get abused, or somebody will get beat up by police officers or whatever. But this being was that police officer that beat that person up in a previous life, or that being was the abuser that abused somebody in another life. Yeah, you got to experience it now, because that's a cosmic punishment. And it's not really a punishment, it's an experience so you can evolve, because as source energy, we all have to evolve. And when you get higher in source energy, you get privy to this type of information. That's how it goes. And the thing about us as judges is the only reason that we're put in that position is because we're fair judges. Like in these courts in America, these judges, they judge based off of how they feel or how you look. And it's very unfair judgment. But this is why exactly why people aren't evolving. As judges, we take our feelings out of it, right? And sometimes we put our feelings into it if we need to, but we really only care about energy, the evolution of energy. So what we'll do, we don't take things personal. We only want energy to evolve. So we'll just we'll do it based off of the energy. But judges here, they'll be making decisions based off of so many different things. It's like they had a bad day. Like, okay, my bunkie, right? A bunkie, I'll explain prison terminology. A bunkie is somebody that you share a bunk with. right? So when my bunkie, when I went to jail, my bunkie, he just got 3 years. I felt so bad for him. He was such a good guy. We was building so much. He was so nice to me. He's the one that gave me the pen and the paper, right? To actually allow me to create all those things. I'm going to see him again. He's a good guy. He's not going to do his. He's not. I'm going to get him out. He's somebody that's a good guy because I read his energy. That's why I got his bunk. Like I was the top bunk, he was the bottom bunk. But with his energy, he basically got steamrolled by the judges over here, and he didn't deserve those 3 years. But because the judge didn't see his character and didn't see his energy, that judge gave him a punishment that was not for him. But like I told him, you're only at the beginning of your journey. Remember that. Because when I was young, when I was 20, I got 8 years. I didn't do the whole 8 years. I did 2 years when I was 20, but I got 8 years. And I had to develop my mind's faculties to get through that. So I knew how he was feeling. Because they gave me too much time for what I did. Too much freaking time. Right? But as cosmic judges, we are going to correct this system that is so unfair. And when I was locked up, I was studying the whole criminal system and how they treat the criminals. And I don't like saying the word criminal. I would just say people who have violated the laws of this realm here. That's what I'm going to say. And there must be a better judgment system put in place for the beings of this land. And this is why the cosmic judges are back. Because rehabilitation is not rehabilitation in this particular point in time. It is not. I've studied it fully. I did this when I went to jail. It was a side mission. I was studying the whole system. I was telling the guy, I'm like, I'm really not here because I didn't want to get locked up. My mind wanted to get locked up so I can learn the system. And I could do 5 days to learn what was going on because I changed the energy inside the jail. And now I'm going to use the energy that I harness to change the energy with us as dragons. So you see how it all comes together? Do you see how it works? Do you see how it works? And yeah, all like Hannah said, you're not the only one studying them. A lot of you beings are in positions in the matrix and you're studying the systems in the matrix that you're about to either take out or change and put somebody else in charge of. You're also studying the people in those systems because many of you are about to get power to put other people in power to make that system better. A lot of you are seeing people who are abused by certain systems, and you're going to put them in charge of these systems, or you'll be in charge of these systems. And because they went through hell in it, you know they're not going to fuck up in that system. You see what I'm talking about here? You see you see the work that you're already doing right now? You've been doing work your whole life. You don't even realize it. Or maybe you do now. Maybe you did before too. I'm not going to put that past you. You're a primordial deity. I know you know what you're doing. Finally got my red water. I love my red water. Can you see? Oh, shit. Well, it's clear. You can see clear, but it's red. I need some more rocks. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. See that? Look at that. Look at that beautiful red right there, baby. Look at that beautiful red right there. Oh my God. I've been fiending for this dirt ever since I got out, yo. Fiending for the dirt. Yes, yes. Lexi Nick Creek. Nick. Yes, yes. Fiending. So I'm gonna tell you something funny I did too. Because when they locked me up on Saturday, I was covered in the orange dirt. I was covered in it. So when I went in jail, everybody looking at me like, what is this nigga? Because it happened right after that video that I posted today. That video was recorded on Saturday because I haven't been in Sedona since Saturday, right? And that video was recorded on Saturday. And I'm glad I recorded that video when I was tapping in like that. You know what I'm saying? But they locked me up with the orange dirt all over me, and I was happy that happened because my hair had it all in me. And they make and in that jail they make everybody drink out of the spigot, right? The spigot. So that spigot is loaded with fluoride. So what I did was, hold on real quick, yo. Hold on real fast, because that's distracting. Hold on, let me get that person out of the channel. Let me see. There we go. Okay. All right, because that's distracting. All right. So what I did was I took the sand debris from my hair and I would sprinkle it in the cup and turn the cup red and speak to the cup and transmute the energy of the fluorinated water, and it would power me up. This is what we do. So I'm glad I had it all over me in my hair so I could sprinkle it in the water and drink it, because that was the only thing that kept me going. And because I had that divine dirt in my hair, that divine those it though that this dirt has a lot of hematite and silica in it and iron oxide, right? So you have nothing but crystals all in your body, and your body's eating crystals. So when I had it in my hair, y'all, I could still feel the sun shining out the prison because my head was a satellite. I'm like, my higher self did this shit on purpose. Made sure I was taken care of before this happened. Good stuff, because you be doing things before you even know you're doing them. And then you go experiencing them. And your higher self set all that up. Set all that up for you. So you can win. So you can win. Somebody asked, do I have an email? Zen Water. I do have an email, but I'm not talking on email. Right? My email is coachregb@gmail, but I'm not really checking emails like that. I have to limit how much I'm on, I'm like what platforms I'm on, and emails are too just they feel like boxed to me. They feel cumbersome to me, right? Because everything else is emailing you. I gotta keep my energy into this of what I'm doing. Emails is I can't do emails. Can't do emails, right? Can't do emails, right? So yeah, y'all. This is how that work. When you really tap into nature, nature be talking, nature be telling. And now y'all learning what I told you in this video tonight, you can go tap into it. You can go put it all over you. The best way to do it when you find some red dirt, right? Let's say you go to Sedona, let's say you go to the other red spots. This is how you do it, yo. You take the red dirt, because there's different types of red dirt in Sedona or in all the red spots, right? And you rub it in your hands real good. Depending on, like, you have chalk, like what y'all saw me in. What y'all saw me in was a chalky red dirt. This red dirt here is more like the more solid red dirt. This is more like solid red dirt here. Solid red dirt. This isn't the chalky dirt. The chalky dirt that I had on was a whole different texture. High in silica and hematite. That dirt you rub right on your skin and it sticks to your skin. This dirt, you have to actually rub your hands in it, and you have to like put some oils on your hands. It creates a coat over your hands, and you rub it all over your body like that, right? You rub it all over your body, and then what I do is I will take some vegetable glycerin, I will get some coconut oil, some jojoba oil, some vitamin E oil. I'll mix it all together and I'll lotion it. I'll oil it all in. And when you oil it all in, you basically turn your body into a reactor, and your body begins to absorb it because you just locked it in with the oils. I'm telling you how to do this right now. I'm telling you, they can't stop all of us. I'm telling you how to do this. You wanna truly eat something that's gonna power you up? That dirt right there. I just gave you the cheat code tonight because I can't hold my tongue about it. I was going to. I'm like, man, shit. I'm me. I'm authentic. I don't give a fuck. This is what I'm here for. I gotta tell them now, right? Shit. Clazo me dashi me la su correct boss me la su make film. Dashi be cream. You know what I'm saying? So you want to power your skin? You want to turn colors again? That's how you do it. Sitting in the sun by itself is not the only thing, because as beings of nature, we didn't just sit in the sun and change color, right? What we did was we went in the sun and we laid in nature and we put it all over us. You remember in all those other movies you watch, you see tribal people, they always are covered in ash because ash is super healing. What? When I had put the ash on me, right? Really? You're coming to Sedona, Reggie? This is my son right here. He's 18. What? If you come to Arizona, you better call your father. I ain't seen you in forever, my young man. So you better tell me if you coming out to the West Coast. Don't you, and you ain't even calling me for my birthday either, Reggie. You never called me for my birthday. It just passed. Your father just turned 43 years old. You ain't call your pops for your birthday, for his birthday. That's messed up. Yeah, you know what I mean? I'm not mad at you. I know you think about yourself. I'm not mad at you. I miss you though, my man. I miss you. I miss you. A class nigga, red click. Many of y'all on Instagram, many of y'all on YouTube remember when Reggie was a little boy. He used to be in videos with me. Remember Reggie was a little boy? Boy, a grown man now. Boy, 18 years old, living his own life. You know what I'm saying? But I miss my son. I miss my kids. I miss y'all, man. But y'all know what y'all dad doing. Y'all dad secure. I'm securing the bag right now, my son. Y'all know I'm securing the bag, so y'all don't gotta work no more. I gotta do this first though. You know what I mean? Somebody he said, I thought you didn't really care for your birthday on this earth body. I don't care. I don't. You kind of see, you kind of got me. You see, he learning. You learning that you kind of got me. I don't care. I just wanted you. I wanted to know you was thinking about me. But I get why you didn't on that premise. So it makes sense because I definitely did say I don't care because I don't age. But sometimes you just want to know, like, because you still in the matrix. So I'm like, just call you that. Yo, dad, happy birthday. I know you don't care, but happy birthday. You know what I mean? Because a part of me cares a little bit. I gotta be honest. A part of me cares a little bit. Just a little part of me. You know what I mean? Just that you thinking about your dad that's out here risking his life every freaking day. You feel me? That raised you by myself damn near. You know what I mean? So that's how I feel about that. But I still love you and I ain't mad at you. And I know I'm going to see you soon because we're doing the work. You know what I mean? Class with me, Rick. Anyway, back to regular schedule activation. Before I leave, because I'm about to leave because I've been live for 2 hours and 17 minutes. Right? I know you will, my son. I love you and I miss you. What I'm required from y'all, not you, Reggie. I don't want no donations from you. I want you to use your money for you, right? Even though you are half dragon, I want you to still use your money for you. Rest of y'all, I would like donations. I take PayPal, I take Cash App, I take Zelle. If you want to donate to me, you can DM me on Instagram. If you want to donate to my GoFundMe, right? And you're somebody that you probably won't talk to me. You can put the money on my GoFundMe, right? But I prefer a personal type of thing. If you are trying to join the WhatsApp, let me know that as well. And if you are donating a lot more money, I'll put you to the top of the list as far as vetting. Because if you donate like $500, $1,000, $5,000, $10,000, I want to talk to you and know who you are, and know what you're about and get you in this group if you are a dragon. If you are not a dragon and you donate this type of money, even though I can't put you in the group, I'm still going to have a conversation with you because I appreciate you helping us dragons reclaim our land, because we're not going to forget whoever helped us. Us dragons, we never forget who helps us. You know that. We never forget who hurts us too, but we never forget who helps us. And as we come back into our power, we are going to be looking to put beings in positions of power or elevating your energy. Let's say if we all come together and decide the humans won't be around. Just because you won't be in that avatar anymore doesn't mean your energy will not evolve. I'm going to say it again. If you are a human watching this video and you would like to help a dragon being reclaim their land, and us dragon beings get back into our power and we decide that humans may not be able to live on this planet, and you understand, we will evolve your energy because that energy did something good for the energies of dragons. We do not forget who helps us, because we will get our planet back And that is a 100% guarantee. You understand? The earth is going to evolve no matter what we do. And it gives us commands based off of our level of ascension, right? Depending on where we are, it won't stop, which means we won't stop. I'm just at the level I chose to be at this level first so I could help you get to yours. Somebody got to do it first. Somebody got to be out here doing this first and sharing it. Because a lot of y'all are out here doing it. I'm not saying y'all not out here doing it, but I'm talking about out here sharing it with the amount of people that I have watching. I don't see nobody doing that. Not out here in this shit popping off like me. Nobody doing that. But that's okay because I have to do that, right? Because that's my role. I'm the crazy one of the family. I'm a nutcase. I'm the gamer. I like to go all the way in the game. I go all the way. Somebody said, how else can we help if we're financially struggling? I mean, as far as help this, I mean, you help yourself first. You got to help yourself first. If you're financially struggling, your job is to get out of that so you can help yourself. If you want to, and you don't have to donate to join the WhatsApp group. I'm gonna let you know that you don't have to donate. That's not predicated upon money. The WhatsApp group doesn't cost anything. Okay, but I have to vet you. But if you're in a WhatsApp group, I mean, donating is definitely what you should. I mean, it's a community. So how else do you contribute to the community? But I'm not asking you to donate to the WhatsApp group to be in it. That's not what I'm doing. That's not what I'm doing. Okay. But yeah, you should help. Like if you are struggling, you should definitely help yourself right now for sure. Okay. Because if you don't have the energy to help yourself, you don't have the energy to help us. You see what I'm saying? You got to be able to get to yourself first. Remember, all of us are helping ourselves at a different level. Like right now, even though I don't have the finances like I used to, I'm about to because y'all about to help me. But I've been helping y'all no matter if I didn't have the finances because I didn't have the finances 2 months ago. But I didn't tell y'all that because I was just figuring it out. You know, I had to sell some things and move some things around. But I didn't tell y'all that. But now it's like, all right, I was still sharing this because this is truly my currency. Remember, finances are only a result of the matrix and what you put into it and what you have from it. But your true money is the wealth that's what's inside of you. And that's priceless because the wealth inside of you at its full bloom will never need money again. You feel me? Somebody said, how do you join the WhatsApp group? You got to talk to me. You can't just join. I would talk to you, get your number, and I would manually put you in there. One by one, by one, by one. Nobody can jump in there without talking to me. That's how this works. You got to talk to me. You can't get around it. So if you, I'm not saying you, because you asked the question. So if you fake and you talk to me, you bold as a motherfucker. Because if you are an op and you try to get me on the phone to get my energy, I'ma fuck you up in the spirit. I'ma whoop that ass for a whole life. If you want to waste my energy on this mission, I'm gonna get you. You're gonna have day nightmares fucking around with me. Remember, I'm also malevolent, but I'm also the Dark Lord too. I'm the Dark Lord too. Remember? I'm a Dark Lord as well. I'm Azazel. I'm Azazel. That's one of my dark aspects. Zeus can get really dark if he wants to. Yakub can also get pretty dark. Y'all done heard some bad stories. Y'all heard some wild stories about it. I created them Caucasian bodies. Yeah, I created them. Yeah, they wilding a little bit, but it's one of my creations. I created. It's like I'm the manufacturer of a car. I didn't create the energy that was in there because the energy in there that's part of the source. I created the avatar that is the Caucasian body because I am Yakub. Yakub was a little wild. He was a little wild. What's the opposite of Yakub? The Esau, the red man. The red man, right, is Esau. He's the good one that is restoring the land. That's what I'm doing right now. I'm Esau as well. You see how that works? But if you fuck with me, I'm going to have to bring the dark aspect out. And I don't want to do that. I really don't feel like doing that. I'd rather just be in love. But some demons want to. They be like, coach don't always know who he is yet. So they like this. We don't get a chance in the cosmos to fuck with him. But you got to realize that I'm going to get back to the cosmos soon, and I'm going to remember who messed with me. And my higher aspects are already working behind the scenes anyway. So it's best to leave me alone and just do you and let us do us. Because we getting it back now, and you know how we move. We don't play them games. We be in the cosmos whooping ass all through the cosmos, and we do it like it's nothing because we're built to do it. We were made to do it. We are made to do what we're doing. So every job that we do, it's nothing to us. Hmm? It's nothing to us. Blikomidashimi asumi klado be ameta me kleto be sheme klado astemi tri klado men destami lasto rebumek evendo vila apu kama strumi fik heavily sumi cost. Blikomidashimi lasumi reclex. So this. Okay. So I'll be looking to talk to everybody soon. I'll be in the DMs tonight because I am not tired at all. I have energy for days. This right here, y'all energy right now is powering me up. I can't wait to not sleep again. I can't wait to not sleep again. And I'm getting ready to do this 40-day fast. So the 40-day fast is definitely about to transform me even more. And the way I'm doing a 40-day fast, I'm doing a 40-day fast on red dirt, urine, and the sun. Because everywhere I go, the sun's shining like it is over here right now. Okay? That's how I'm doing it. So I'll be looking to speak to every one of y'all who are looking to donate or be in the WhatsApp group, and I'll be in my DMs tonight. Okay? Does anybody have any questions before I go? I'm going to give it 1 minute and before I answer any. Does anybody have any questions before I go? Because I got time. Anybody got any questions? And if y'all don't, it's fine. When am I starting to fast, Reggie? I'm starting to fast as soon as I leave Arizona. So it's probably going to be like this weekend or Monday or something like that. Because I got some things to tie up. And I have to get the funds to be able to move around. So I need y'all to help me so I can be able to move around like I need to. So the police don't have a reason to mess with me. Okay? Because I was moving around out here with none of my stuff straight. No, my license, registration, insurance. My tires are really bald right now in my truck. My front glass is cracked. I got to get that fixed. The court said I got 90 days to pay this certain thing, or they're gonna try to lock me back up. I mean, to be doing this job for everybody, I shouldn't have to be worrying about money. I really shouldn't. And I sold my house, and they took $71,000 when I sold my house. So I didn't have I didn't have as much as I wanted to have. So I used what I could, and I exhausted all my funds so I could do this. You know what I mean? But now I'm at the point where I'm like, okay, I gotta lean on my family because I don't have that. I have all the abilities, I have the knowledge, I'm getting all that, but I gotta be able to get to these grid points so I can be able to get y'all right. Because if I get myself right, I'm gonna obviously share it. I don't hoard none of my abilities. I share them all. You see what I'm saying? Oh, that's a great question. That's a great question. Is it a good idea to avoid showers and only stick to the ocean? Listen, last night was the first time I took a shower in 45 days. 45 days I didn't take a shower. I felt amazing. I was washing up in lakes. I was only rinsing off. And my body was eating straight dirt. And I wasn't really stinking like that. Because that smell they call funk is really your auric field expanding and being struggle to be around your auric field. Because I was in Sedona, and when they in nature and they was passing me, they was wearing all that unnatural stuff, and I was like, oh, they're really chemtrail in nature. Like they're walking chemtrail in nature because they're like the opposite of what you are. So when you're healthy and you don't take a shower and you're putting the dirt all over you and you're outside every day, you are going to smell like nature, and nature is going to expand your auric field and also your protection. When you are washing all of it off every day, you are actually dimming your light. So taking showers with that particular water they have in the showers is not the greatest thing if you are doing it so often. And then when you're healthy, you actually don't stink. And what you do is I create concoctions of oils. So what I'll do, the oils are my fragrance. So I will let me go get it. Hold on. I just did this today, right? Hold on. Okay. So I got some jojoba oil. I got some vegetable glycerin because I love the glycerin. The glycerin helps it stick to you. I got some coconut oil, and I got some vitamin E oil in the car. And sometimes you can get a big block of shea butter, right? And you take a little bit of essential oils and you drop it in there. And then if you're not taking a shower, you take the dirt, you lock it in, and then you just rub it on you. And you just coat yourself with it. And it expands your auric field. You become a nuclear reactor. Because you know how we wear crystals and stuff like that? Imagine if you could feed your skin crystals. How would your frequency pump if you could feed your skin crystals directly to your skin? What would happen to you under that sun? Because if you become a nuclear reactor, with that sun hitting you, it's like powering you up times 10. You see? You see? Somebody asked a question. What about the dragon everybody's talking about? You mean Leviathan? You mean Leviathan? You talking about that dragon? There are so many dragons that are about to wake up. And many of them be you, separated in one of your other bodies that are under in the ocean or in the much love, son, in the mountains or under the ground. So there's so many dragons that people aren't talking about. I'll tell you that. There's so many dragons that people aren't talking about. That's one of the biggest. I'm as big as America. Like my dragon form is as big as America. Like I was talking to somebody today and she was like, yeah, I remember your head lays on Miami. I'm like, oh no, on Florida. I'm like, yeah, I didn't know I was that big. I knew I was big, but I didn't know I was that big. You know what I'm saying? Is there one underneath Venezuela? There's thousands underneath Venezuela. There's thousands underneath the entire planet. What you talking about? Everywhere. Everywhere. I just told y'all I remember 20,000 of my dragon's names, and I shared some of them with you. And they keep on coming. They keep on coming over and over and over. There's thousands. This is a dragon planet. The only reason they're sleeping is so we could experience this reality like this before they come. Now, right now, we're calibrating to them because the humans could not live with these dragons out here flying around and doing what they do. So they had to go sleep for a little bit. They don't mind. They live forever too. The birds, many birds, the birds told me they live forever. Like the birds in Sedona, they was telling me like, yeah, that's why you never seen a baby pigeon. You never seen a baby pigeon because they're infinite. They live forever. A lot of these animals that you think die, like birds, a lot of birds, like these crows, those crows, they're not crows. They don't like becoming crows. The ravens in Sedona told me they live forever. They've been watching the kingdom the whole time we've been gone. Just how that go. That's why you never saw a baby pigeon, because they never was a baby. They was grown for like thousands of years, and they're still on those grid points. That's why you see pigeons in the cities, because that's a grid point that used to be a kingdom, but they're still there because they're still attracted to going to those grid points. Can you know various dragons' names but not the lineage? That's, to me, it doesn't really matter the lineage because they're all family to me. I don't care what lineage they come from because many of my dragons, they come from different families. But at this particular point, I'm not really thinking about where they come from. I'm just remembering their names. I don't try to overthink it either. You know what I mean? Like if I'm getting their names, I'm not going to try to force another thing that I'm not getting. I'll wait till that comes. That's how that works, right? You saw, I haven't seen them, right? But pigeons, many pigeons live forever. Because I've never seen a baby pigeon. not once. And a lot of those birds told me they live forever. Okay, so at the end of the day, no, that's not it's twisted. There are some birds that do age, right? But there are many birds as well that don't. So I'm just letting you know what they told me. Believe it or not, time will tell. Somebody said, "How do you personally track through dimension levels?" It's a feeling. I can feel it. A lot of times because also the sun lately has been helping me track through the levels of the dimensions I'm in. Based off of how the sun is transforming my body, I know what dimension I'm in. And then what happens is like I was learning about more dimensions. I'll give you an example. Last week or the week before last week, the sun was vibrating at 9D frequency and it shut my body down. So I could, because it was shutting my body down so it could actually transform it to actually eat more light and that type of light. So what it would do was the sun throughout the daytime would vibrate at 9D and I could not move. Like I couldn't hike for like a whole week. And it would just sit me down and I would feel like mad tired. I would be exhausted because the sun was changing my body. I was like, okay. And in daytime, it would go 9D. And then at night, it would drop back to 340 so I could eat something and power my body up so my body could like build itself back up. And then the next day, I'm stronger for more 9D energy. It would go 9 to 3 to 4 to 5 to 6 to 7. And this is when you get the solar winds. The solar winds will come around like 6, 7, or 8, right? And then at 9, it really pops off. And then it brings it back down to like 5 so you can calibrate to it. It doesn't stay at 9 because it's too much for your calibration. So it's a feeling thing. You feel where you feel what dimension you're at based off of where the sun is pumping, what it's giving you right now. Okay, you got that? You get that? That's how I'm tracking dimensions. Okay, I know it based off of what the sun is doing to me because I'll go from 9 to 4. You know what I mean? And also another way I track it based off of what my body's telling me I can eat. I can eat denser in lower dimensions. I eat nothing in 9 dimension. At 9D, I can't eat no food. Like my body, like the thought of food in 9D makes me want to throw up. But when 9D goes away and I drop back down to 5, I'm hungry all over again. Because every dimension has rules. Like on certain dimensions, you can eat meat. On certain dimensions, you only eat fruit. On certain dimensions, you drink water. On certain dimensions, you can eat dirt, water, and light. On certain dimensions, you eat light and dirt. On certain dimensions, you eat just light. On certain dimensions, get the prana, you eat light. On certain dimensions, that light turns your body to plasma. And then that air is getting plasma, and then you eat light with plasma, and then the plasma becomes the light. You catch that? You catch that? And you can't just jump to 9D and be there because you have to get doses of 9D. It's like an injection, right? You get doses of the higher dimensions because the sun is you. So the sun is not going to it's not going to hurt itself. You are the sun, right? So when the sun hits you, it allows you to calibrate. You listen to how your body's feeling. It will tell you where you're at. It comes down, lets you sit with it, and then the next day you're even stronger than before. And it changes your body and alters your body so you can eat more of it next time. But it's not going to just smack you. And I told y'all years ago, when it smacks you, it could kill you. If you just got smacked with a 9D sun every day, you would die if you wasn't ready for it. Because I damn sure felt like, I'm like, this shit is, I thought I wanted 9D all overnight. I was like, see, I keep on asking for too much. It gave it to me, and I was like, this. I was like, because I'd be out there. I was out there like butt naked every day. I'm out there butt naked. I go find a spot in nature, and I'm just butt naked. I'm training butt naked. I'm doing yoga butt naked. This shit, that sun got to hit my whole body. It got to hit my ball. It got to hit everything. But when that 9D sun came, I was put down. I was out there, and that joint came, and I was like, I couldn't move. I could not move at all. And the people of Sedona, they could not come outside because the air was so dense for them. Like the radiation was so high. They was like, this nigga is cooking us. he gotta leave soon, but we can't mess with him until he give us the go ahead to leave because they are the representation. They are the representation of the mind. So if the mind does not want you to be touched, you won't be touched because you are controlling your reality. Whether you think it or not, you are controlling your reality. Nothing happens to you. Everything happens for you. You are the master manifester. If you don't want to be chaos, you have to be specific about your manifestation. That's how it works. That's how it works. Rayo Zog. That's the son. The son told me its name is Rayo Zog. All right, Rayo Zog. Karim Vriek, Stephen Eckelman, all right? Are they trying to freeze Leviathan? Listen, Leviathan is going to wake up when it's time. Okay? Every dragon is going to wake up when it's time. They can't do nothing. They are ants. I want you to think about this, people. They are versions of you that are the ants of your mind that you think are separate from you. They are ants comparable to the power of nature. All their technology, all their sciences, it is minuscule comparable to the power and the technology, the natural technology of nature. They cannot freeze anything unless it wants to be frozen. When you wake up fully and you radiate the planet, Leviathan will wake up when you are calibrated. So Leviathan is waiting for you. Let them do what they do because they don't have nothing else to do. They're going to try to kim the skies. When your energy gets powerful enough, they can't kim where you're at. When I'm around, they can't kim. They used to. They used to. They can't kim where I'm at. That's over now. My energy's high enough where that shit don't affect the geography when I go to it. So I'm here now. It was blizzards. It was snowing out here before I came. In this side of Arizona. Not since I've been here. Nope. That don't work. So you got if you want your Leviathans to wake up, your dragons to wake up, you wake up. Because you affect it. They're not going to wake up unless you're ready. Because seeing them could drop you and kill you if you're not calibrated enough. Everybody want to see a dragon until they see a dragon. I'm going to say it again. Everybody want to see a dragon until they see a dragon. So the fact that you haven't seen a dragon yet, or a dragon that's sleeping right now, because you're seeing a dragon right now. You're seeing the king dragon. Call me Rex. All right? You call me my horse, my nickname is Rex. Call me Rex. T-Rex, that's me. Call me Rex. So you talking to a dragon right now. You're talking to a big fucking dragon. So, but these dragons are not going to do what they do until you're ready. Earth is on its own time. And all of y'all are moving with the time of Earth. All right? As long as if you're on your mission, you're on time. No matter where you are right now, you're on time. All right? Coach Rex. I got Klasumek. Comics. Somebody said, what about dinosaurs? It was the dragons, Joe. Okay? It was the dragons. Dinosaurs are the dragons. Okay? Why would we ever create a T-Rex with little ass arms? Replace some little ass arms with wings. And there you got your dragon. But they got the little T-Rex like this. How could something like this be the king of the dinosaurs? With this little ass nubs, he's basically disabled. Like, think about the things that we believed when we were younger. A big giant dinosaur like that, with these little ass, like when Scary Movie, like little baby arms like that, and he running shit. They showed y'all in the other Jurassic Parks when the other dinosaur his size had the long arms, how he whooped his ass. Because that T-Rex can't do nothing but try to bite you. What he gonna do? Come on now. Isn't Rex in the Dragon King in the Dragon Prince show? I believe so. Yeah, a lot. And in that Dragon Prince show, A lot of us was in that show. I was the dragon that the my form in that show was the dragon that was living in the mountain with the horns coming off the side that was sleeping controlling the fire. That was me. The my sister dragon was the one that controlled the electric in the sky. She runs the thunder. I remember who that was. If y'all who have watched that show, but I was the one that was living in the mountain that was controlling the fire and all that, and like eating snacks. Cause I'm a dragon that likes sweets. So that dragon likes eating snacks. That was me. You know what I mean? That's how we do it. Yeah, he tail whip him too. He tail whip him, but he can't fly nowhere. He just run and tail whip and try to bite. You need arms. That don't even make no sense. You need arms. You need some arms. Arm, leg, arm, head. I mean, what? Klausumnik. Did the dragons cause the mud floods that destroyed Tartaria? I'm not getting that answer. I'm not gonna give you an answer I don't know. I'm not getting that one. I was told it's irrelevant. I'm being told right now it's irrelevant. Who cares? Spirit is a little funny right now. Yeah, it's not really valid to the conversation, so that's why I'm not getting it. It's like they're like, who cares? Who cares if they caused it? Let's get this world back so we can cause more mudslides by ourselves. That's what I'm being told. Like, let's get this world back. Let's stop worrying about things that aren't important, and let's focus on what's important right now. What's right in front of us. Somebody said no, they did not. So somebody answered your question over here on the YouTube side of the game. Okay, so I was getting the answer that it's not relevant. Okay, that's what Spirit told me. Let's focus on what's important. Okay, so there you go. Any more questions y'all want to? Because I like answering questions. Y'all want? I'll answer like one or two more questions and I get up out of here. What's the difference between dragons with wings and dragons without? Nothing. Nothing. There are land dragons and there are air dragons. There's no difference but form. Okay? There is a dragon, right? That is, I'll give you an example. Imagine a bird. A bird is basically a dragon. A crow, a raven, an eagle, in their true form are dragons. They're like phoenix dragons. Okay? They're like phoenix dragons because there are bird dragons as well, like birds. Okay? They have wings. And let's think about a bearded dragon, right? A bearded dragon, right, is a dragon that's on the ground. Do you see? So there are dragons right there, and there are dragons up there, but there's no difference. They're still dragons. Right? Oh, that's a good question. Okay. So I hope I answered your question. Somebody asked, what is your favorite breathing technique to get in deep meditations? I have so many, but my most favorite are breath holds. Breath holds get me into very deep meditations very fast. So what I'll do is I'll breathe in really deeply. I'll hold it for as long as possible, and I'll breathe out like this, like very fine. Pucker your lips and I'll breathe out until my abs are all the way to the back of my back, and I'll hold them for as long. I'll hold it for as long as possible, and then I'll start over again. Breath holds are the best breath work for me. That got me through this jail this weekend. See what I'm saying? So that helped me out a lot. Breath holds. Okay? So there you go. I think I gave y'all a lot of information tonight that you got to download. That you have to. My day was great. My day was great today. I got out yesterday, and my day was amazing today because I got so much information about what I got to do for y'all, with y'all, for y'all, and it makes me happy to be able to be the one that helps us come together as a family. Like, it really makes me happy. So I gotta say that my day is amazing because it's still going right now. It's not. Was amazing. It is amazing because it's still going on right now. So yeah, I'm glad you even asked that question. Thank you for asking that question. But like I said, I'm about to go Anybody wants to donate, you hit me in a DM. If you want to join the WhatsApp, you hit me in a DM, and we're gonna have a conversation. Okay, and yeah, we go from there. I appreciate. I'm gonna say that I appreciate your support in advance. You give what you can give. Those who give more will go to the front of the line and get vetted, because just because you're getting vetted does not mean you're going to join the group. But if you still want to give more, you're still going to have an opportunity to talk to me. And I mean more like $500 to $1,000 to more than that, to help this out so I can be able to do what I'm doing for us as a collective, because we are the ones that are about to change this world. We already are changing this world. Look at the geography of the world. Look at the geography of you. We are already changing it. So I will see y'all in the DMs. I love y'all. Clocks to me, Rick. I got all the energy in the world, so I ain't gonna be asleep. I'll be talking to y'all all night. And remember, y'all, I can't talk too long because I gotta talk to somebody else, but I'll get you in the group. I'll get you in the group if I'm feeling your energy. And I'll tell you on the phone if I'm feeling your energy. I'm not gonna be like, yeah, I'll talk to you later and I'll let you know. I'm gonna let you know right then and there. Okay? So if you don't, if you're not in the group because of the questions I asked you, don't trip at all. Just continue to work on yourself and you'll get there. I love you all. Clocks in me, Rec. I will see you soon. I will save this live. I love you. Clocks in me. Let me get out the YouTube one first, or the Instagram one first. And then I'll get the YouTube one right quick. Kyle Zish.